All right. Wait, where am I?
It's just me.
Wait, where am I?
There you are.
What's going on with our stuff? There we are. Now I'm on the wrong side. Okay.
Welcome to the Death Rattle Podcast.
Let's try this again. All right, here we are. It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday.
Woo.
We're here. It's the
And you're still on the wrong
Death Rattle
side.
Podcast. Say what?
Oh no, there we are. Never mind.
We're here. Yeah,
Welcome
we're
to
here.
Wednesday.
It's 7:00 Eastern, 4:00 on the West Coast, and whatever time it is out there in the world that you're watching. It's your favorite podcast, the Death Rattle Podcast. I'm your host. Well, one of your hosts, your co-host, DJ from Horror Sucks. And with me is Mr. Kaden Becker. Where's our banners?
Our names
What's going
are gone.
on? I know you messed with this.
I did.
You're killing me.
You just got to turn it back on in the. Was it in the banner?
Yeah, there it is. Got it. I got it.
Yeah. I had to turn it off because I needed to add my banner the other day when I did my stream. And it has my name on it already built on it. So I didn't want to have like the doubled up name thing. It looked like
I gotcha. Yeah, no, that works.
Because I'm trying to raise money on my streams. So
you what?
Go to I'm trying to raise money on my streams. I'm doing a weekly stream on Wednesday on Sundays. Trying to raise money so that because just like you're raising money to go to Cannes, I'm raising money so that I can go to just based on the name of it, the film festival this summer, the one I've been talking about for a year.
Oh, right on.
Why am I forgetting the name of it? Anyway, it doesn't matter. So what's up, man? How was your week?
Dude, my weekend and my week have been pretty gnarly. So on Friday, I was in the ER because I smashed my toe. I obliterated this got, for those of you that might be a little squeamish, the story I'm about to tell may affect you.
Dude, these are horror fans.
I was moving.
Well, if a story about a toe gets them, they're in the wrong place.
But there's a difference between horror gore and real gore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I'm helping a friend just move a bunch of junk out of a art studio that she just built. And they had to do a bunch of destruction and stuff. So it's just a bunch of drywall and a bunch of wood and stuff, paneling, just a bunch of crap, right? So I'm loading up this trailer of junk and I pick up this particularly heavy just plank of wood and it's awkwardly shaped and it's too big. And I'm just dragging it along and I try to roll it or flip it into the truck. I lose my grip. It falls back on me and just lands right on my big toe on my left foot. Oh. And what it did was it smashed my nail into my toe. Yeah. And so I'm now missing a chunk. Nail? Yeah, I lost the nail and I lost a chunk of flesh on my toe. So I am I have a follow-up with the podiatrist tomorrow. And I've just been sucking ibuprofen and antibiotics for since Friday. And it's all wrapped up and I'm in a boot and it's nasty.
We're both in boots.
Yeah. So
I've been in a boot for fucking 3 months this time, 4 months.
What about you? How was your weekend?
I don't think anything. It's the same old. I don't think really anything happened. There wasn't any great movies last week. There was Drop, which I didn't make a video on. I did mention it on Twitter. It's funny. Yeah. It seems like a lot of people loved that movie. I just thought it was really it's not bad.
The trailer,
it's the trailer. Yeah. If you thought it looked cool in the trailer, then you're going to enjoy the movie. If you thought the trailer made it look, like a humdrum thriller, that's exactly what it is. You know, like it doesn't have any real surprise to, I mean, there are twists and turns in it, but I mean, like, as far as what you see style wise and all that in the trailer, like, that's the movie. Like, they did a good job of representing the movie. It's just, you know, not going to be for everyone. It's trying to basically do like Red Eye. Do you remember Red Eye?
Vaguely.
But Red Eye is Wes Craven. So it's like,
yeah,
you know, as good as you can make one of those thrillers.
right.
And it's like, this is not, you know, I don't know. It's not bad. It's entertaining. I just don't think it's a movie. Like, there's been a bunch of movies already this year that I think are much more worth your money if you're going to go to a theater than Drop.
Yeah, I had no interest in seeing Drop.
But this week we're treated, man. There's 2 bangers. I'm hearing everybody. Like, dude, 3C said that damn it, the vampire movie that comes out tomorrow.
Sinners?
Yeah, Sinners. Thank you. I don't know why I blanked on the name. He said Sinners is his favorite, it might be his favorite movie in the last 10 years.
I said I thought it looked good. You said it didn't.
No, I think it looks good. It just looks like they told us what the entire movie is from the trailer. That's been my complaint.
I don't think so.
Like, well, that's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing you see quite a bit in the trailer, but it doesn't matter. Like, the movie is incredible. So
Sinners, and what else?
And then there's Ugly Stepsister, which is a really small limited release. But I'm hearing everybody that saw it at that New Orleans Film Festival like last week. I forget the name of it, but the New Orleans one is where it premiered last week, and it was like the darling of that film festival. Like, everybody was like, dude, that movie is the movie. You got to see that movie.
All right. Well, I got a chance to see Hell of a Summer. I took a shot on it.
Was that last week?
Yeah, that was last week.
No, we didn't talk last week.
We didn't talk last week.
It came out the week before last.
Right. Yeah. So it's been out for a little bit, and I finally went to go see it.
Because it came out. What else came out that same week? Because I feel like I saw 2 movies that week.
I don't
know. Yeah, Hell of a Summer. Yeah,
you know, it's funny because I thought that it was a decent enough movie for these guys' first movie.
Yes, but it's
like I was entertained.
It's like, you know, it's really a comedy. Like, if you go see it, don't go into it looking for a horror movie.
It's a horror comedy.
Totally. I don't even. Yeah, but it's more in. Because, like, there's different degrees of that. You know what I mean? There's movies like Scream that is horror with a little bit of comedy in it. Then there's movies that are like 50-50, you know what I mean? Where it's like a definite, like Hard Eyes. That is definitely a horror comedy. But then there's movies like this where it's like mostly comedy with a little bit of horror stuff in it. Like, you're never going to be scared at all.
Right.
Like, you know.
But it's your summer camp slasher.
Speaking of Hard Eyes,
I know, I saw that. That looks dope. Where'd you get that?
Yeah, Prop Dude.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. What a great
Prop Dude made it and sent it to me. I got it, and he sent me all the. Look at this. Hold on.
All right, hurry up, because I want to get to some chats.
Keep talking. Go to the chats.
Okay, while he's getting that, I'm going to say hi to everybody. What's going on, John? Good to see you. Corey's saying, are they remaking the classic Killer Klowns? No, it's a reboot. Pretty One, did you miss it? No, you didn't. We're right. We're here. James, first post.
We just started.
Sorry, no cookie for you. They had like 4 comments before you. What's going on, Jordan? Stephanie, what's up? What's up? Good to see you. Okay, what you got? We'll get to these next ones.
Look at this shit, dude. He left it undone for me so that I can paint it.
Oh, nice.
But dude, it's the grabber, but it's all the different expressions.
Nice. That's
so
dope.
It's like, you know, the 3 different bottoms, like they're directly scanned from the movie, I guess, like printed. So, but they're
That's
super
dope.
sick. Like, he didn't finish these ones because he's leaving. He left them to me to paint and finish myself. So I'm excited to do that when I I don't know, get a chance.
Yeah, but
working with this,
Hell of a Summer.
This...
Going back to Hell of a Summer.
Back to that.
I thought it was a decent little slasher. It's not going to blow
definitely
anybody
good
away,
for a first film.
Yeah, for a first film, good offering.
But to me, it felt like it was made by people that don't really know horror, if that makes sense.
Right. Well, yeah. Well, it was made by the kids, the Stranger Things kids.
Yeah. And I mean, exactly. They're kids. They're literally like 20, right. 21, 22, something like that. And like, if you look at it through that lens, it's actually really good for a first-time film made by people that young. Like, yeah. I actually really enjoyed it. It's really likable characters. Like, it's a very fun movie. My problem with it is it's just like, it's not a horror movie. And so it's one of those tough ones where you got to promote it as a horror movie, but at the same time, it's like, nah, it's really a comedy.
It's a slasher.
But only kind of. It's like bodies. That was
my critique of it. That was my critique of it. Is like all of the kills happen off screen, and I understand why they had to do I understand why they had to do a couple of them. You know,
but they shouldn't have. They should have made that movie rated R. That movie should have been rated R.
It should have been. Yeah,
and that way you could have shown all the kills. There's no point in making that movie PG-13.
Right.
And I understand why. It's because Finn Wolfhard is young, and so they're thinking Stranger Things fans. But the thing is, his fans are his age, which means they're over fucking 18 now or 17. So make a rated R movie.
Right.
Because it really felt like he wanted it to be. And if it had gore, I think it would have felt much more like a horror movie to me.
Well, yeah. I mean, if at least the kills happened on screen,
yeah,
like it would have been definitely like more of a horror. But yeah,
either way, it's very fun. Like, it's well written characters. Like, that's one thing. The characters felt real. They felt like real young people that I've worked with a bunch of young people, and that's what this age group is like. Like, they really did. Well, yeah, there's a couple stereotypes. Like, the gay character is very gay coded, you know what I mean? But like, but I still felt gay. That's what I mean. Gay coded, like written by someone that doesn't have really a lot of gay friends, doesn't really know gay people, and just stereotype.
Oh, is that what coded means? I thought coded meant like covertly.
No. It's like coded, like you coded it like a video game character instead of like authentic. You know what I mean?
Sense. I gotta read Urban Dictionary more often. James, no, I did not wear safety boots. I was just wearing regular tennis shoes like a dumbass. So I guess, I deserved it, but yeah.
That's why. Although
I know
I saw a guy lose his toes from a steel toe cap.
Wait, what?
They were able to fix it for the most part, but he never had any filling in the front of his foot again. If you get a steel toe boot and you have something land on it enough, the cap will actually go like this and smush into your toes, and that's what happened with him.
Dude, don't tell me that, because that's what I was gonna do. I was gonna go out and actually buy a pair of steel-toed boots and just wear them around.
That's why if you're working with super heavy shit, then you wear like caps are fine for anything you're gonna go up against. But when you're working in a warehouse type of job, that's why they always recommend you have the steel plate. Instead of the cap, you have the plate. It just gives you blisters and is a lot more uncomfortable. It's why a lot of people just go with the cap. But,
great.
So anyway, so I'm excited about the movies this week for sure.
Wolfbane says, DJ, that's a great story. Or that story is a great lead into a horror movie dealing with infection, a horrible, rotting, deadly infection. Yeah, hell yeah.
I wonder why we haven't seen that done. Like at least in a movie I'm thinking of, like a movie that's about someone getting like a flesh-eating virus. It like starts to eat up their whole body and they start falling apart and shit. Because like that's a real thing, but you could like turn it up to horror level and make it even more insane, where it's like fucking dude's body's like literally decaying and falling off. Like that would be fucking horrifying.
Wasn't that Contracted? I
don't know that movie. And that's what I was saying. Contracted? I mean, Not that I know of.
I'm
I don't think
surprised.
so.
Hang on, let me pull it up.
There's just so many movies. It's never possible to see everything. Like I've given up that fight.
Like I'm not
watching movies.
I'm not judging you. I'm just saying, like, so you've never.
No,
seen
I know.
This?
I'm just saying, it's insane how many movies. Like every time someone's like, "You haven't seen that? What the hell?" And I'm like, "What? How am I not even heard of that?"
So you haven't seen?
Oh,
this?
I've seen this cover, but no, I haven't seen it.
Oh, dude, absolutely watch it. It is gnarly.
So it gets super body horror. Nice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've definitely seen that cover a few times.
Mr. Wonderful says, I sprung my knee walking through my house in the dark, and I've been home kicking my leg up, taking a pain med, working at home and relaxing. Hey, man, good for you. Heal up. Let me see here. Illimited says, Sinners looks good. Heather says,
I'm
I
just
saw
surprised
the trailer.
because I mean, the trailer looks. The trailer, I won't even watch the trailer for Ugly Stepsister. Like I know nothing about the movie because I want to go in completely blind. Because I'm hearing whenever there's a movie that I haven't heard of, and the first time I hear about it is people just raving about it. I'm like, fuck it. I'm just not even gonna watch the trailer. I'm just gonna like go in and watch it blind.
Yeah. Wolfbane
says, I guess from what I'm hearing, the trailer makes it look like it's gonna be like The Substance, like similar to The Substance, but it's not. It's like pretty different than The Substance.
I mean, I'm gonna watch it. I still have to do my review on Hell of a Summer. I've been I haven't been able to do anything. So I've missed a week on uploading. So the algorithm is going to fuck me this week, but it is what it is. Let me see here. Mr. Wonderful says you did talk only in text because DJ was on his alt YouTube account and Kanan didn't catch that. Oh yeah. Remember when I was driving and you read my comment?
Yeah.
I crack myself up.
Well, because I was just scanning through and the name I didn't register because I'm just like, next.
I tried to make it obvious, but that's okay. Okay, we are the chat.
I just think it was very funny because they caught it and I didn't. This made it even funnier.
Yeah, well, the chat's
yeah, I started a mission that I'm gonna upload a video to TikTok every single day, like a new video every single day.
Oh, have fun with that.
And it's basically just me cutting up, my full length videos. And so I don't have to make like a new video. And I have like I figured it out, me and my sister yesterday. There's like, it would take me, like if I continue to make list videos at the pace that I do now, I would never be able to catch up. Like that's how many I could just do these little movie clips from those and have a new movie every day forever. Yeah. Well, I'm not saying I'm making one every day. I'm having one up there, a new one every single day.
Gotcha.
But they only take me like 10 minutes or whatever to make because I just have to crop them out and format them correctly and add a title and, do a number of little things to them to make them work with the algorithm and everything on TikTok. But it's funny, I uninstalled my TikTok app and then I reinstalled it like a couple days ago, and I was looking at my videos and I was like, I have ones that have 70,000 views. Interesting.
Nice.
Then I'm going down and like 100,000, 200,000. Fucking one has almost 300,000. It's like 288,000 views. And I'm like, maybe I should start uploading like regular.
Yeah, maybe you should. I get like 500 views on mine, but mine suck. So like,
but that's what I was told is that you have to upload every single day.
Fuck that.
Like you can do little short whatever, doesn't even matter. But that's what you see TikTokers that'll upload multiple times a day. Like anybody successful on there, it's about quantity.
Yeah, no, thank you.
It's different than YouTube. YouTube is more about consistency and making like an episodic type of thing,
Mr. Halloween says, Hell of a Summer's rated R, not PG-13.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, then
correct.
what the hell? Why did it's a
very soft R?
Maybe budget reasons then? Because as I was saying PG-13, there was a little voice in the back of my head that was yelling, no, I think it's actually R-rated. But it doesn't feel like an R-rated movie. Like the majority of the kills are off screen. And when you do see them, they're not even like, I'm trying to remember, was there any gore? If there was, it didn't stick out to me.
Yeah, but it was all off screen. And then there was the one kill actually.
That's what I'm saying. Was there any gore kills?
The kid that got an axe in his head.
Oh yeah.
That happened on screen. See, like
but even that, it was like, it was just a quick, like, it wasn't like, it was, dude, literally it could have been on TV. Yeah, like it was the level that you would see in a TV show on network TV, like Criminal Minds. Like it literally was like as gory as Criminal Minds.
Chat was way ahead of me.
What made it R? What made it rated R?
At bloody violence, it says rated R for horror violence, language throughout, and some sexual references.
That's ridiculous, dude. There's no way that movie should have been rated R.
Yeah. Everybody was talking about Contracted. They were way ahead of me, I think. I don't know. I'm trying. I don't know where the chat is right now. I'm scrolling through. I'm sorry, guys. But Contracted is great. Everybody should, if you haven't seen Contracted, you should watch it.
Like on my last stream when I had over 100 people at a time watching.
That's awesome.
Like actually asking questions and stuff. It's like impossible for me to keep up with the chat.
The Ruins is about people getting disease and rotting away, right? No. But The Ruins is great.
Awesome.
I
just talked about it in my last video.
The Ruins is amazing.
Yeah, it's like it's more of nature. Like, I don't want to spoil it for anyone that hasn't seen it, but it's like nature doing some gnarly shit, but not like a flesh-eating disease thing.
John says, "Is everyone forgetting Cabin Fever?" Yeah,
but that's not really like what I'm talking about, because that movie isn't. I mean, yeah, flesh eating is part of it, but it was more of a psychological, like, I don't know. It was a lot. Like, that movie is cool. I guess I just was picturing something more of like, I don't know, a smaller movie where like just some random person like you know, drops a thing on their toe, goes to the hospital or whatever. And then like a movie along the lines of Swallowed. And like, it just doesn't seem like it's going to get all hardcore. And then it fucking leans into it like towards the end and dude starts falling, like body parts falling off kind of shit.
Yeah.
Like wakes up rotting. That would be cool.
That would be pretty cool. Let me see here. What's going on? Everybody says, Mr. Wonderful says rated R movies in America are mostly because someone's smoking. That's not true.
That's not true. What are you talking about? Who said that?
Mr. Wonderful.
Are you not from here?
No, he's being cheeky though. I know that. Jack Doobie says they said fuck one too many times. Yeah, you can only say fuck twice before you get rated R.
Yeah, but I don't think it's that, because if like how it works in the industry, if it was them saying fuck was what was making it rated R, they just would take those out.
Right.
Like you're not going to make it because you lose money. Rated R movies don't make as much money. So like, unless it's a situation like this where they wanted it to be rated R, but then it feels like they would have done more gore, or like it really, really doesn't feel like a rated R movie.
It doesn't. It's like I said, it's a soft R because, you know, we're so
because I've heard as much
and everything
I've heard
happens
as much
screen.
sexual. I mean, the sexual language, the like foul language, was not bad in it either. Like
it
literally, it
yeah,
felt like
they were talking about
TV.
They were talking like the most sexual language was when they were talking about blowjobs.
Yeah, but that's nothing that makes it an R-rated movie.
Yeah. Everybody's talking about The Fly. Sorry, I'm looking.
Well, The Fly is nothing to do with like it's body horror, but it's not about flesh-eating disease.
Yeah, no, they're talking about something else, I think. Let's see what else. What's coming. So I'm gonna go
Cabin
see,
Fever. Cabin Fever is a good one though. I hadn't thought about that. That
you should see Contracted. You should definitely watch that.
I will. I'll keep an eye out for it now.
Yeah. What else?
But yeah, so we got these stories.
Oh yeah, that's right. We do have stories. I'm sitting here like, what should we talk about? Okay, let's get to these stories.
I know. I kept waiting. I'm like, when are you gonna be like, let's talk about these stories?
Listen, man,
There's
I've been
nothing
off.
other
I've been
stuff.
off for 2 weeks, right? The last 2 weeks, I haven't been on
Yeah.
the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I got to get back into it.
You're rusty. There was other stuff that we could have talked about, but like the one about Megan in particular, I feel like that's gonna be a big conversation that I want to get into. So,
have you seen the friggin' trailers for Mithrigan 2?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I told everybody it was not like the reports came out that they were making it like Terminator 2, like it's not going to be a horror movie. And like, not only is it not a horror movie, I mean, they're leaning as far away from it being horror as you possibly can.
That looked, yeah, but the trailers, that
what
movie
blows
looked
me
like,
away is how much I hear people being like excited for it still. And I'm just like, really?
no. Oh my
Like,
God.
I mean, yeah, if you're a
It looks like
13-year-old little girl, that's awesome. But like,
it looks like every single person phoned it in. Just by the trailers, it looks like everybody phoned it in.
Like a movie made for money.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
It does not in any way feel like an actual movie, but whatever. It's not made for us, dude. It's like,
oh, I'm okay. I am
no, it's not. I mean, we are
vetoing
totally not the target demographic. That movie is made mostly for like 13-year-old little girls.
Doesn't matter. It's still going to be shit. It can still be critiqued.
I'm not saying it won't be bad movie. I'm not talking about that. I'm just saying, like, I'm not going to go watch fucking My Little Ponies and Pink fucking Parade and whatever. Like, that's, you know what I mean? It's not made for me.
If you were a brony, we'd have problems.
So why?
You know about
if that's your deal.
There's nothing wrong. There's nothing. Yes, there is. Chat. There's everything wrong.
There is nothing wrong with being a brony.
If you're a brony, there is something wrong with you.
No, there's not.
Yes. There is.
They don't hurt. They're actually like really sweet, nice people. They're not even. It's not even really a sexual thing.
All right.
There's a lot weirder kinks in the world. Is all I'm gonna say. Like, brony, it's not my jam.
I feel like you're already kind of pushing it as a brony. I feel like you're 2 degrees separated from just being a fucking furry. Like that's what I feel.
Nothing wrong being a furry either.
Oh my God. Yes, there is.
Why?
That is
why you're not hurting anybody. Like, you're not forcing anything on anybody. So like, it's weird, but like, I'm weird as fuck to a lot of people. So whatever.
All right. I don't. Somebody help me.
I mean, it's weird, but that's it. Like, whoop-de-fucking do. Like, there's a lot of weird shit in the world. That's like,
I get it.
Fairly low on the totem pole of weird. You know what I mean?
Come on, man. Thinking that you're an animal and then like getting off to it.
Animals. It's a play thing. You need to like do a little more research into shit before you're so canceling of it. So, they don't think they're animals. Like, that has nothing to do with it.
All right. Hang on.
Furry is a kink. But it isn't about them. A lot of it has to do with play. It's like the ponying as well. Like, it's a pretend thing. It's, it's not much different, honestly, than LARPing. LARPing's not my thing either.
I understand what that's supposed to be. But
like the furry conventions and stuff, they're not. They're not a sexual thing. It's literally like just LARPing.
Where's this friggin'? There's this YouTube video about this. Like, there's like a mini documentary about these guys who think that they're like dogs.
Well, that's a whole different.
They go to conventions.
That's a whole different thing. There's like the Japanese guy that made the fucking dog suit and like all that shit. That's different. That's not a furry. Like, there's that too, but once again, if it's not hurting anybody, yes, it's weird. Yeah, there might be something a little like a screw loose in the head, the people that think they're an animal or whatever, but like most of it's about play, dude. It's just like LARPing. Like, if you ever know people that do a lot of these things, most of the time it's just a fun hobby. Like bronies, most of it has to do with it just being a fun, like, silly thing, like a fun thing they do. It's just like airsoft. Like I used to be a part of airsoft groups, right? And we would pretend to be military guys. We weren't actually military soldiers, but to some people, us shooting each other and playing war and all that.
You're a grown dude and you're into My Little Pony. Like,
I don't get it, but I don't have to get everything.
You're telling me this is all ironic from bronies? Like they're into it ironically, or are they actually into it?
It depends. There's all different reasons.
Dude, I've seen some shit online.
Some of it is an ironic thing.
They put their toys in jars,
a kink,
and they fill the jars with stuff that I don't want to say on this channel. Okay. Like that's brony.
You're taking no, it's not. It's not all bronies. Trust me, I've known bronies, and they're just normal fucking people that just have fun doing that shit. Sometimes it's about the costume. Like some people love making the costumes, love pretending and doing all of that. You know, for some people it is a kink, but once again, they're not forcing it on anybody. They have their little groups. Usually it's a husband and wife, and that's their thing. They like to pretend and they do their thing in their bedroom and all that shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like there's different level stuff.
They take it out in the public. But it's not a sexual
thing out in public.
Doesn't matter. It's still fucking weird, dude. They wear their fucking costumes out in public and they like bark at people.
Dude, you know how many people? No, that's okay. There are weirdos. There are people that take things to the extreme. It's like my whole argument with the Pride Parade and shit. Is like there'll be some crazy motherfuckers out there doing like some stuff that shouldn't be done in public, right? And people will take those examples and be like, see, this is what gay people do. And it's like, dude, I have so many friends that are gay that are just regular motherfuckers. And there's also thousands of gay people that march in the Pride Parade that don't wear leather chaps with their ass hanging out. You know what I mean? There's always going to be freaks in any pack of people you get.
I don't know.
It's just how it works, man.
On this?
Because you're closed-minded. Don't be closed-minded to things you don't understand.
Closed-minded. It's fucking weird, dude. It's look.
Yes, but I am weird to a lot of people.
I'm just saying there's something wrong with you. But
no,
go
there's
for
not. You're just different.
Whatever.
I like to be tattooed. There's a lot of people that think tattoos are weird in a lot of places in the world, right? I know you are. We get tattoos, right? Because that's normal to us. But there's a lot of people around the world that see my tattoos and think there's something wrong with me. There's nothing wrong with me.
Having ink and wearing a tail out in public.
No, and it actually is kind of akin to people that do what's it called? Shit, where God, why am I forgetting the name? Where they hang from their piercings, like in their back and whatever. What the hell is that called? Yeah, it's actually kind of similar to that. Because a lot of people think those people are sick. They're not sick. I have lots of friends that do that, and they're normal fucking people. But there's a reason, something that they enjoy about soaring. And damn it, I'm forgetting the actual name of it. But like, you know what I mean? But to a lot of people, that's weird as fuck.
Okay, but you don't see these
right in that category of bronies.
Wait, you don't see these people in the grocery store just pushing each other around while they're hanging from hooks. You don't see that. These furries will just go out in public and just they expect you to pretend like this is just normal. That there's just a dog or a
no. They don't expect you to think it's normal. They want the attention. That's why they're wearing it out in public. Like nobody thinks it's normal. They don't think it's normal. That's the fun of it. It's just like these motherfuckers that dress up like it's medieval, dude, and will rolling around like, you know, those happen all the time in parks all over the world. You know, and if you ever go to those, like people are all milady and they have this whole, and it's weird as fuck, dude.
Yeah,
but it's their fun. I don't judge them. I'm like, it's weird to me. Like I'm not
into that. There's a line that you have to cross from LARPing.
Yes, to me, it's about
going into like
no,
this.
It's exactly the same thing. It's exactly the same thing. It's adults pretending and pretending. You're talking about the sexual component, which is that's a separate thing. But that's a separate thing.
Pretty prevalent. It seems to be pretty prevalent.
Because that's what people show and they talk about in these taboo fucking TV shows and shit.
Yeah,
So
but
most of the people I've known, like
because you're talking about the foam fighters, the guys that they have like the foam swords and stuff like that.
Yeah.
When you look up LARPing foam fighters on YouTube or whatever, you see them fighting. You don't see them like talking. You don't see them getting off on it. You don't see like that whole sexual component about it.
No. There's a huge dude. Have you ever been to those?
Yes.
There's a huge sexual component of them.
Yes,
like there's all kinds of crazy adult parties.
People hook up, and they don't go foam fight. They don't go foam fight because they get off on.
No, they stay dressed up in their medieval garb and they go have orgies and shit. Like, this is a very common thing. I know. I've been to both. Like I've been around people from both things. Like it's all kink, man. Everybody's got different kinks.
LARPing is not.
Like,
no,
I have weird kinks. It's just I think the big difference is
furry is specifically.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
It's not. They're separate things. They both have kinks because a lot of the same people that do LARPing and do the medieval shit also get off on that, right? Like there's a private life part where there is a sexual component to it, right? There are a lot of people like that. Then there's also a lot of people that it's not a sexual thing. They just enjoy the play of it, the pretend of it and all of that, right? Same with all of the people that do dress up as animals or whatever the fuck, right? Like there's the zombie walk. You could easily look at that and be like, fucking bunch of weirdos dressing up as zombies and like thousands of them walking down San Francisco and shit. Yeah.
No, because nobody's expecting nobody's expecting none of these.
There's big ass sex parties with that. There's huge hookup parties with it.
Dude,
there's a big sexual component to the zombie walk because a lot of people get off on that. For every single thing you could think of, there's a sexual component to people. Like some people are into the sexual component of it.
But there's a difference between everything that you're bringing up and the furry and brony community, which is specifically,
it's just got a bad name. It's got a bad name because that's what the media is focused on with it, is the sexual component of it, right? But it's not all about that. It's just like I used to be friends, or I still am, friends with a mistress who runs this big kink thing, right? She goes around to different clubs and bars or whatever, and they do whippings, they do wax, like pouring on each other, and people are like half naked and on the surface, to most people, they look at that and be like, well, that's all about sex. It's like, actually, it's not. There's a lot more to it than just that. A lot of the people that do a lot of that stuff, it's not a sexual component. There's a different. Does a scratch an itch? Yes. So does every cosplay, anything like that, right? It all scratches certain itches. Some people, that itch is a sexual itch, right? But like for other people, it's not about the sexual part. Sometimes it's about control. A lot of people, like, this is the thing. I know this for a fact. A lot of people that are into furries, it's about playing dress up. It's a weekend that they get to pretend to be a kid again and go and dress up and do all this exactly like cosplay. Like people go to conventions and stuff. It's exactly like that for them. A vast majority of them will tell you it's not even a sexual thing. But there are definitely groups of people that are into the sexual component of it as well. But even still, like, dude, if we all knew each other's sexual kinks, like, we would all think so much differently of each other. Like, everybody,
I mean,
we just don't talk about it. Everybody's got freaky shit. Some people are into, big, booty, whatever, and other people are into, everybody's into some shit. If it's not hurting anybody, like, that's the thing. That's where you draw the line. Is it hurting children? If it's hurting children, you draw the line. You know what I mean? If it's abusing anyone, that's where you draw the line. Look, it's like, as long as it's consensual adults,
I'm not saying don't. I'm not saying don't do it. If you're an adult, do whatever the fuck I don't care. It's just fucking weird.
But there's a lot of things that are weird to each is his own.
That's my line.
I don't think it should be so, like, canceling of it. Like the way you act is
I'm not
very
canceling.
canceling.
I just said go do it. If that's what you're into,
Yes,
fine.
but your tone
But
and
it's fucking weird.
and the way you're condemning it is like,
Yeah.
I can go, that's weird. That's not my thing. I could just shrug it off. I don't have to hate on them or be like, fuck a bunch of weirdos, like crazy people and shit. Something's wrong with them, which is the word you actually said.
Yeah, there's something wrong
with it. It's just they're just different than
There's
you,
wrong.
man.
No,
It's just
there's
different
something
than you.
There's something wrong. All right,
different is just different. It doesn't mean it's bad.
Okay, that's fine.
It's like Disney adults, man. Like that's weird.
They're terrible
to me.
too.
I'm not into that at all. No, there's not.
Yes,
that's just dude. That's just their drug of choice,
these
man.
Stories like this is already
it's their drug of choice. All right, so let's get into these stories.
Okay, yeah, please, thank you. Good Lord.
Before everybody clicks off.
I cannot wait to read chat after this. I can't fucking wait.
Hey, we are up to like, what is it, 60? Yeah, 60 something.
66. Yeah, hey, maybe we'll cross into 70. All right.
I don't know why people seem to like when we talk about stupid shit.
I know, right? Why do we even talk about horror at all? We get the most views and we talk about literally anything else.
Yeah, well, because horror is what brings us all here. But it doesn't mean that's the only thing we can talk about.
All right. Well, we're going to talk a little bit about horror.
So I'm hesitantly excited about this.
Yeah. So Ryan Gosling, this is from Bloody Disgusting. Ryan Gosling is reportedly producing a Killer Klowns from Outer Space reboot for Amazon. Oh God. We've been waiting a long time on the return of the Killer Klowns from Outer Space with a proposed television series, an announced 3D sequel, and even a planned sci-fi original movie coming and going over the years. None of those projects oh my God, hang on. None of those projects ever ended up seeing the light of day, of course, with the original 80s movie only spawning a video game follow-up at this time, which I played that video game. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
But it sounds like
yes and no, because it was literally the exact game as Dead by Daylight and
it was a reskin.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Yeah.
Yeah.
But at least they did a good job with the reskin. Like it looked great.
I had fun the few times that I played it.
Totally.
But it sounds like the Killer Klowns may be gearing up for their long-awaited return to the screen, with reporter Jeff Snyder breaking a wild scoop late last night on the In Snyder.
Okay,
according to
pause right there.
Okay.
A lot of people were a little hesitant because even though everybody's reporting it based off of Jeff Snyder, we have since this article was written, there's been a number of other credible sources because Jeff Snyder sometimes, like, I don't know, he's one of those people that isn't always exactly accurate, but there's been multiple other sources now confirming that this is in the works. Otherwise, I wouldn't be wanting to talk about it if it was still just Jeff Snyder, but it's not. It's like pretty, it hasn't been officially ordered by Amazon yet. But it looks like it's going to be.
Okay. I don't read Jeff Snyder, but, okay. According to Snyder's report, which you can read in full behind a paywall, Ryan Gosling is on board to produce a new Killer Klowns from Outer Space project for Amazon MGM Studios. Snyder describes the project as a remake of the 1988 horror comedy that was created, written, and directed by the Chiodo brothers, which of course centered on killer clowns who came down from outer space in a big top spaceship to terrorize a small town with their popcorn guns, cotton candy cocoons, acid pies, and various other unique implements of destruction. Amazon has controlled the rights to Killer Klowns property ever since the company acquired the movie studio MGM back in 2022, rebranding the studio to Amazon MGM Studios. The Chiodo brothers have been trying to get a franchise continuation off the ground since way back in the late 1980s when the original movie came out, with the property's popularity growing in more recent years thanks to the endless stream of merchandise and prime product placement on Spirit Halloween shelves each and every Halloween season. It would seem the Killer Klowns
it's one of the best sellers.
It would seem the Killer Klowns are closer than ever to returning to our lives, and perhaps Ryan Gosling is the guy to make it happen. Stay tuned for more on this wild rumor as we learn it.
So my big question is, go ahead.
I got two more paragraphs. Stephen Chiodo explained back in 2021 we were trying to get the sequel. What?
Chiodo.
Oh, sorry. Stephen Chiodo had explained back in 2021 We have been trying to get the sequel going since 1988, and Hollywood is just a horrible machine. True. The film didn't really get much box office, and when you want a sequel done, they look at the box office. They don't regard cult films as something to invest in. He continued, we have this whole long trilogy, something we call a trilogy, in 4 parts because we include the original, a TV series for cable or streaming. It follows the adventure of all the characters as they go through their lives crushed after the first invasion. It would make a great miniseries, so we're constantly selling that for people who are interested. Okay, yeah, so that was it. All right, so go ahead.
So there's where I have a lot of questions, right? The reason, okay, one, I know no matter what the Kyoto brothers have said, the main reason is because they have a certain vision in mind, and even though they don't technically own the rights like Amazon does, you're not moving forward really without the Kyoto brothers to do this.
Right.
So that's where it's been tough, because the Kyoto brothers have like a vision and they want to make this particular thing. And every time everybody gets close, it's the Kyoto brothers that kind of shoot it down in a way, because they want more money than, like Sci-Fi. What I heard was Sci-Fi was like, yeah, we can't afford to make like a full-on movie. We'll make a made for Sci-Fi movie. You know what I mean? Like they're Trimmers movies. It's like $200,000, maybe $1 million, but not like, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's why Ryan Gosling's name being attached makes me even more confident that this actually is going to happen, because I think a lot of it really has always been money, really. It's like they have these ideas of what they want to do. What I think is interesting is the fact that it's being reported as a reboot. And that makes me think that Amazon is like, okay, we'll come and, we'll come on to your side, Kyoto brothers, and spend the money that it'll take to do this, right? But we're not interested in making a sequel at this point. Like, you got to reboot this shit so we can get like 2 or 3 movies out of this. Is what?
Yeah,
what
I mean, I would be excited. I would be excited to see it. That's my opinion on it right now. Is just, I would be excited to see it when it comes out.
And Amazon is spending. The only thing that makes me hesitant is not knowing yet what's up with the Kyoto brothers. If they are doing it, like they're on board, they're doing the costume designs like their company, then I'm excited for it, all on board for it, because that's what makes the movie. It's not the story. It's not the characters. It's not their directing of it. Like it's the costumes. It's the, it's the clowns and the way they look and all that. Yeah. That's what's iconic about it. And that's what the Kyoto brothers do. So if you bring on someone else to direct it and write it, fine. You know what I mean? Like they don't have to be involved on that level. They need to be involved as far as the costume and the look and special effects. So,
right.
But the thing is, Amazon is like, they just officially announced that they ordered the Carrie Mike Flanagan movie or series, I mean, and like a number of other things. Yeah, but I'm just saying, but that has nothing to do with Amazon.
I know, I'm sorry, but it's Flanagan.
Where did that come from?
Fanboy. Flanagan.
Okay,
I'm a Flanagan fanboy. It's his latest movie, Life of Chuck. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, but it's not horror at all.
I know it's not, but I'm still gonna watch it.
I'm still excited about it. I'm looking forward to it, but I'm like, at the same time, kind of bummed, because I'm like, fuck, you got Stephen King and Flanagan working together, and it's not horror. Damn. But I've heard it's incredible. So like, a lot of people think it's like an Oscar buzz movie, like it's gonna, get a lot of awards and shit. Yeah,
I'm excited.
But anyway, Amazon is spending a bunch of money on horror, is all I was getting at. Like, they've been ordering a bunch of movies. We're hearing a bunch of, and that's awesome, because Amazon has got the money. You know what I mean? Well, they're not like Netflix spends way too much on movies and all that, but it's all garbage. Like, they just throw money at shit, but they don't ever seem to hire any legit.
Somebody get me Amazon's contact. I got some horror movies to sell them. All right. Do you want to run through these next 2 stories, or do you want to do a chat?
Run through the story, then go to chat. Let's quickly talk about the next story, then go to chat.
Okay, because I gotta get out of here.
Megan. Well, Megan's gonna be a bit, because that's a conversation that I've been wanting to have.
All right. Well, let's do that, because I do have to go at 8. I know.
That's 10 minutes, dude.
I know, man. We got on a freaking 20-minute.
I know, but you should have warned me you should have warned me on the top that you only could do an hour.
I'm sorry.
Okay, well then let's get to the Megan thing real quick, because the thing I wanted to talk about with Megan is they're re-releasing these, which is a thing that Blumhouse does every year. They release a couple of their movies that have to do with, like, it'll be at a 10-year reunion or whatever the fucking reason it is. I think it's halfway to Halloween, right? Is that why they're doing it? Yeah.
Yep.
And so they're re-releasing for like a couple weeks Ma, Annabelle, and then Megan, which I can't believe they're releasing Annabelle. Annabelle's awful. It's like the most boring Blumhouse movie that has been made.
Yeah, it's not good.
Like, I don't understand why you would, like, I seriously don't think that Jason Blum listens to anybody. Like, he's constantly on Twitter, but it doesn't seem like he listens to any of the fans at all. Because Annabelle didn't even make any money.
Why would he listen to the fans? Everything he does makes money.
But it didn't. Annabelle didn't even make money. Like, at least
everything but Annabelle
had
made
some
money.
Buzz. Annabelle, I don't think Annabelle made shit for money.
I haven't looked at the numbers, but I mean, I'm just saying, like, from a producer.
I mean, I'm sure it made its money back. He only spends like $1 to make a movie. But I'm saying, like, I'm just saying, out of the catalog of Blumhouse movies, there's a lot of them. Why would you re-release Annabelle? There's no buzz for Annabelle. No one liked it when it came out. Like, Mom.
Oh, dude, Annabelle made so much money.
Did it really?
It was, so the budget. How much do you think Annabelle's budget was? Just take a guess.
Like $2 million.
Okay, 6.5.
Wow. What the fuck dude? What cost $6.5 million for that movie? It's like all takes place in the one little apartment. Like, what costs money about that?
It was made for $6.5 million. Guess what the box office was.
50.
257.6.
What? Hold on. Annabelle made 257 million?
Yep.
Holy crap. Talk about a movie. Like, nobody liked it either. How did it make so much money? I guess it's all about the whole.
It's because The Conjuring was
universe,
good.
The Conjuring universe. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the doll.
So Jason Blum, yes, so Jason Blum doesn't have to pay attention to the fans. Everything he does, even the shit, makes money. And that's what somebody with his mindset probably thinks.
Yeah, but it's a shame, man. It's like,
it is a shame.
Woman in the Yard was actually a decent fucking movie, and it like didn't make jack shit.
I know.
It's so frustrating.
How much did it?
I mean, it might have made back its budget, but like barely. I think it only made like 12 or 15 or something like that.
I'm looking.
Like, it hasn't gone over 20.
We're off the rails this time. We get so
the whole reason I wanted to bring this up is because, have you been paying attention to all the chaos around the Minecraft movie?
The chaos?
Like, all the kids in theaters like going bananas. Have you seen that shit? Yeah, so it's like a memeable thing. There's a couple lines in the movie that are memeable. And so all these, like, it's like, 12-year-olds to like 15. It's like 12 to 15-year-olds mostly. And they'll buy buckets of popcorn or bring in their own bags of popcorn. And then when those moments happen, they throw the popcorn in the air. They freak out. Like, there's one scene where he says, what is it? Chicken something or other. And like, people jump on each other's backs and ride around the theater on each other's backs. And like, in some cases they've had to call the police. Like, it's just chaos, dude. Most of it. Yeah. Chicken jockey. Thank you. Most of it I think is fun. Like, yes. Does it disrupt the theater and anybody there to watch the movie? Yes.
It's like the new Rocky Horror.
Yeah, exactly. That's my thing. It's fucking Minecraft. Like, who the hell's going to Minecraft? Like, that is so concerned about seeing the movie that kids freaking out is going to bother them. You know what I mean? Like,
I heard it was a dog shit movie.
Nah, actually, it's way better than I thought. And it's because it's made by the guy that did Napoleon Dynamite. And so like it's wild how much of his
Dynamite.
No, the guy that wrote and made Napoleon Dynamite. And so it actually has some of his humor in it. And so it's actually a lot funnier than I expected. Like, it's still a stupid fucking movie with like no, like, the characters are awful, but like the humor is actually there and makes it a not miserable watch. Like, is it a good movie? No. Well, like, you know, I thought it was going to be awful. And I came out going, man, I actually laughed a lot. Like, that was actually a fun movie.
Oh, the direct. Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry. I was getting my facts straight. Yeah.
It's the writer director of Napoleon Dynamite. But I think he only directed this.
Jared Hess. He just directed the.
Yeah,
he
Hess.
just directed.
I thought he wrote.
He just directed both.
Napoleon.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't write Napoleon Dynamite.
Okay. Either way, you can feel his fingerprints all over this movie, and so it's like it's an IP, so it's a bunch of bullshit, you know, that like he's stuck with that he can only do so much with, but you can see his creative, you know, humor and stuff shining through enough that it makes it interesting, you know.
Okay, but so how does this tie into Megan?
So this re-release of Megan. Okay, so because of the whole Minecraft chaos, right? All these people are complaining, a bunch of people across the country. It really just sounds like a bunch of old farts. Like, okay, I get it if they're doing like violent shit or, you know, you're having to call the cops. That's not okay. But the vast majority of this was kids just being stupid, making a mess, you know, yelling and singing and all that. It's just dumb, right? It's not really hurting anybody. It's not any worse than us riding around throwing eggs and shit when we were teenagers. You know what I mean? It's like teenagers do stupid shit. So what theaters are doing, and I'm a big fan of this, they're making separate showings, and it's called like the chicken jockey showing or something like that. And so it's like, if you want to go in and sing along and you want to like yell and whatever, then you got to go to this showing. If you go to a regular showing and you're disruptive, they're going to boot you out. You know what I mean? And I'm all for that.
That's a good compromise.
Like, that's what we need to do. Because it's the same as when the movie Wicked came out, right? And you had all these people complaining. A bunch of people were singing in the movie. And so what they did is they made separate showings for sing-along. So it's like, if you wanted to sing to Wicked, you could go to that showing. Yeah. And so I'm all for that. What's interesting about this Megan one, though, is they're actually encouraging you to use your phone, because during the re-release of Megan, they're doing interactive things on your phone. So throughout the movie, you're playing games and doing things that are interactive with the movie on your phone.
That's interesting.
Yeah. What I think is interesting about it is, and this in of itself is like the very beginning stages of this, but I can kind of see into the future of more and more interactive movie experiences, because theaters are hurting. And so even though people are freaking out about the Minecraft kids and all that, Minecraft is literally saving theaters right now. Like, it's making so much fucking money.
Well, yeah, it's Minecraft. But the studios
and the viral nature,
I don't want to get into
but the
this.
Viral nature of it is what's making it.
Yeah.
It's not that the movie is that good. It's that it's gone so viral. It's the same reason that Megan in the first place made so much money. It's the reason Smile, the first one, made so much money. It's the reason last summer Longlegs made so much money. It's this viral thing. Like, did you hear the whole campaign right now that's going on with weapons? Zach Krager's new movie, the guy that did Barbarian. They're doing a viral thing with it. Like, it has its own website, and it's very similar to what they did with Longlegs. And it looks interesting. Like, at the very least, they're doing a good job of viral marketing it. And I'm a big fan of that. But what I'm getting at is, I'm just curious on what this is going to mean. And like, there's going to be bad, I'm sure, along the way. But I think ultimately I am a fan of that, of finding a way to have interactive movies going experience. You know what I mean? So like, more than just a movie.
Yeah, that seems that I we'll see how it goes, but I think that's a good compromise if that's what they're going to do. You know, having interactive stuff, but like, so me personally, I just don't like, movies are not for interacting with, they're for watching. and you can interact with the movie, I guess, based on your like emotional response to the story unfolding on screen.
Yeah.
But
but that's an old school way of doing it. And like, that's me too. And that's also why I go see movies at times and of days where I know I'm almost the only person in the theater. Like most of the time, the movies I go to, when I go to them, I'm literally the only person in the theater.
I try to be as well.
And that's my argument, right? Like for people that get all butthurt about kids. Okay. I understand if you're getting popcorn thrown in you and soda and like, I understand in some of these situations where it's way overboard, right? But I'm not talking about that. Like nobody is okay with that, right? That's just taking it too far. But like if you're, for instance, in Wicked and you go to see fucking Wicked and there's a whole bunch of gay guys and girls and whatever, but gay guys were a lot of it. They just were singing to the movie, right? Like I'm not going to get buttered. I'm going to see fucking Wicked. Like, you know what I mean?
No, if I'm going to see a movie, I don't want you singing along with the movie. I don't care if it's.
But I'm saying it's a certain
same thing. If I was going to see,
I feel like if you're going to see a movie that literally is like a musical, it's just like a Disney movie, right? That's basically a musical, like the new Snow White. If there's little girls singing along to the movie, I'm not going to get butthurt. I'm either going to go to a showing where I know I'm not going to be dealing with little kids or whatever, right? Like opening night, late at night, early in the day, during the middle of the week, whatever. I'm either going to avoid that shit or I'm going to embrace that these are kids and they're having a good time and they're doing their thing. Because like Snow White, it wasn't marketed as it, but it was literally a musical. Like that movie had way more music than the animated version. And like when I saw it, there was a bunch of little girls singing the songs and stuff. It didn't bother me at all. Like that's my issue with adults in general. Like I don't get it. It's like I'm fucking old. I'm older than a lot of the adults I know, right? And yet they're all so much older than me with their mentality. Like, what the fuck? Why does everybody forget what it was like to be a kid? And like, why are we so, butthurt about kids being kids? Like, what's the alternative? Would we rather these Minecraft kids, instead of being in a theater throwing popcorn, would we rather those kids be out in the streets doing drugs or fucking, with guns or whatever the fuck? You know what I mean? It's like we've gotten rid of all
the dichotomy.
But it is
because popcorn or they're playing with guns. Like that's the dichotomy. Come on.
Well, it is because my point I'm trying to get across is like what I'm talking about is that third place mentality. We've gotten rid of all of those. Like kids used to hang out at the mall. That's gone. Kids used to hang out at the ice cream shop. That's gone. Like where the fuck are kids supposed to hang out? Where are they supposed to interact? Everybody, I hear every adult bitching constantly about kids playing video games, right? Like they don't ever leave the house. They just play video games. They just play Minecraft all day. Look, what else are they supposed to fucking do? Where are they supposed to go? There's no roller skate rinks. There's, like all the shit.
There's a skate park out here that's always hopping.
Yep. And there are, and that is more of my thing. That's more of my thing. So it's like, like if we can find a common ground with something like this, but just in general, we need to, as adults, not be so dismissive and instead find solutions and find things for our kids that are safe, for them to do and not fucking be such a bunch of grumpy fucking adults. So anyway.
All right. Well, I gotta get out of here.
I know. I wish we could have gotten more to the chat.
I know. I'm sorry. I wish I could too. I'm sorry, chat. I know there's probably a bunch of people talking shit. I'm the only one who thinks furries are fucking weird. Everybody else thinks that they're just regular people. That's fine.
No, I am positive. I know a few of the people in the chat. I know that they're not fans of furry stuff either.
All right.
So if anything, I'm more on an island with that.
Well, thanks, guys. And look, I'm going to make it clear, okay? If you're a furry, if you're a brony, and you're an adult, do whatever the fuck you want to do. I don't care, okay? Like, that's it. God bless. But it's weird. That's all I want to say. All right. But I gotta get out of here.
Weird is good. All right. I'm gonna get to the chat.
Some weird is good. So I should be the 23rd. That's next Wednesday. Dude, May is coming up so fast.
Yeah, because when are you leaving?
Slow down a little bit. I fly out on the 11th.
May.
Yeah, of May. And I need it to like chill out. I need more time. I'm starting to get overwhelmed. But
Yeah.
anyway, I'll talk more about it next week, I think, if you guys want to. But anyway, thanks
sure.
again, guys, for showing up. Kanan's gonna hang out with you for a little longer. And if I have time, I'll probably troll you guys in the chat too. But good seeing all of you guys. See you next Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. And I'm out.
You can't sign out if I'm still here.
I'm doing my sign out. All right, bye.
Later, man. All right, let's see. What do we got cracking here in the chat, guys? I don't even know where he was at, or let's see how far back to go. All right, I'm going to start here because I liked this chat. Clearly the best episode ever. Laugh out loud, says Moses Blunt. Yeah, did you guys see my prop dude made this for me? It's the Hard Eyes killer mask. Like the eyes actually light up and everything. I don't have batteries for it yet, but look at this shit. Prop dude made it for me and sent it to me in the mail. Look at that. And then he also sent me the black phone mask. I got to paint them still, but yeah. So if Prop Dude's here, what is your, I'm forgetting your Etsy link. So Prop Dude, if you're here, post up your Etsy link and I'll pin it or something. All right. Illuminated Stride says, I think someone stole an almanac and delivered it to themselves in the past. This place is crazy these days. We just have fun, man. Life's not that fucking serious. Jordan says, story time at minute 40. Wolfbane says, yo, if you guys don't get to some recent horror news, I'm going to go rewatch 10 out of 10. How long ago was that? Exactly. Angels to some, demons to others, says Mr. Halloween. And that's how I look at it. I know, I agree, Shell Dust. It is interesting that Ryan Gosling, of all people, is attached to it. But I guess from what I've been hearing, he is a huge horror fan. So I'm curious on what his, like, is he going to act in it? Is he going to direct it? Is he just simply producing it, like money-wise, or like how all that is? But I'm all for it, whatever it takes to get a Killer Klowns movie made. How much CGI is there going to be with Killer Klowns? I don't think there'll be much. If the Kyoto brothers are involved, it won't be CGI. And that's also part of why it's taken so long to get a Killer Klowns property made, is because it's expensive to do practical effects nowadays, and they don't want it any other way. So is this Vorpal says, is this the preferred chat room? I don't know where you're at. I see both chat rooms, so they all just come combined on my end on this interface. All right, I'm kind of scrolling through your Lord of the Rings Killer Klowns edition. Keep the whole story in space and the clowns planet. Well, I mean, if it's a reboot, I think it'll probably be similar to what the first movie is, but from everything I've ever known, it's always meant to kind of like start there and then go beyond that. And that's what I want to see. I want to see more of what this clown, like, what are the clowns all about, you know? It's hump day. Get over it. Let's see. Jack Doobie says, think y'all get the Dickies back to redo the theme song. I know, that would be cool. Like, I love that song, man. It sucks though. They copyright you in a second. Like, I played I think it was 8 seconds. It was like 6 or 8 seconds. It was under 10 seconds of that song in one of my videos like a couple years ago, and it got copyrighted for like 6 seconds, 8 seconds. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, I still watch the Bondsman. I just don't have time, man. Like, working with trying to get the sponsor thing done and get the video done. And I think this week I'm actually going to do some individual reviews. I haven't been doing those because it's like, it just feels like, I don't know, they don't get nearly as many views. But with the 2 horror movies that are coming out this week, I think I want to try to review them. Maybe go back to one list a week and review at least one movie each week and go back to that format that I did for years. Ghost Pirate, let DJ go at 8. You go another hour. We'll see. I got to eat, man. Like, that's the thing. We do the podcast at this time because it fits the best with DJ or whatever. But for me, it's like dinner time. Because on my side of things, it's like we start at 4:00. By the time it's over, I'm like, I need to fucking eat. So, but I definitely will hang out here with you guys a little bit longer. Let's see. Blum actually is a genius, I guess. Yeah, he's definitely not a genius. I always wonder how much Jason Blum actually has to do with the company at this point. Like, it doesn't feel like he actually makes a lot of the decisions. You know, I could be way off, but like, it just doesn't. It kind of feels like Elon Musk in a way with Tesla and all his companies. He acts like he's super involved, but in reality, he doesn't do jack shit. He like really doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about and doesn't know much of what's going on with the companies in reality. The Woman in the Yard, it wasn't that bad. I think it was actually good. It's just not what a lot of people wanted to see. It's super dark and twisted and fucked up. Like, most people go to a Blumhouse movie because they want to see something kind of fun and like more popcorn horror. And it was more artsy, dark, you know. I'm still working on getting caught up with you guys. I know I'm skipping a lot of these, but I'm just trying to, you know, get to some of them. As someone who worked in a theater, I feel for the workers who has to clean it up. Man, I worked as a manager of a theater, and one of my main jobs was helping and cleaning up the theaters. And like, it's not that big of a deal. It really is not. Yeah, if it's to an insane degree, like a lot of these, like I said, people are crossing the line. Like, there's a line we got to draw. But some of it is just people need to relax, dude, and let kids be kids. You know, like, if it's adults doing this stuff, it's different. But when it's kids, I don't know. It's just not that big of a deal. Like, life is too short. You have a broom, and most theaters, you have this big ass vacuum thing. You just literally go, you know, or you sweep up the rows. It takes no time. Like, theaters are designed to be quickly cleaned. The toughest part is when you book the showings too close together and you only give, you know, the crew like 5-6 minutes to get the theater clean. That's when it can be a problem. But as long as you're managing your theater correctly, it's not a big deal to sweep up some popcorn. But at the same time, I know we got to draw a line, and I'm all for it. I'm not saying we got to let little criminals in there and like calling the police because of violence and whatever. That's not okay. No matter what age you're at. I just think that should be a nice common ground. Casey says, prop dude, I think the chicken buckets would have been fantastic if you would have realized how big it was going to be. I don't know what that was about. I must have missed that in this conversation. Let's see. Prop dude. Damn, Cannon, you still got to take the paper out of the middle of the helmet. No, I left it in there because I left the paper in there because it's holding the controller thing in there, and I don't have because like from back here it's fine, like the eyes look fine, you don't notice the paper, but like if I take the paper out of it, I don't know, the controller falls out, and like I gotta get like some kind of head to put it on or something. I just literally opened the box and put it there because I wanted to have it displayed immediately, but I got to figure out exactly how I'm going to display it. Kinetic Concepts Tactical says, yes, bronies and furries and all that is weird. Everyone can do what they want behind closed doors as long as it's not with kids. But if you're going to live that life, you better have thick skin. Dude, I just think that's bullshit. I just think it's horseshit because that's exactly like someone looking at me and being like, because you have tattoos and piercings, and that's weird to me. You know, like say you're someone from fucking, I don't know, I don't even know what country, China or whatever, right? They have a problem with me because I have tattoos and piercings, and that's not normal to them, so I'm weird. And so then they are saying, then they would be like, you should have thick skin if you want to live that life. And it's like, what? I'm not allowed to look how I fucking look and enjoy what I want to enjoy. Like, what the fuck does it matter? Like, if you walk into a grocery store and some dude's wearing a fucking, you know, horse costume, like whatever, like that's not any weirder or any different to me than some dude walking in a grocery store in medieval clothing. Or like I said, when me and my friends did milsim and we used to wear full on, like we were Navy SEALs or we were whatever military group we were doing. Like sometimes we dress up in World War I gear, like all this different stuff. Like it's no different. You're literally just role playing. You're playing a character. It's an adult being kid-like. Like, for God's sake, dude, life's too short. Fuck. People just really need to be more accepting of each other and like pick your fucking battles. Like this stuff just pisses me off because I get comments every day, all the time about things to do with how I look and whatever. And it's like, whatever, dude, how am I fucking hurting you? Don't watch the channel. Like, you know, if something about the way I look is that upsetting to you, then don't fucking watch it. But like, I should be allowed to be me in the world. Like, if I want to wear a fucking horse costume, so what? Is it not my thing? Yeah, it's weird. It's not my deal. But like, I'm not going to fucking chastise you or make you feel like shit for being that person and enjoying whatever the fuck you enjoy. We all got to live on this rock together. Like, we really need to be more like kind to each other. I know I need to see Antrim. Leslie's been telling me, I've been hearing about this movie for a long time, and I really need to watch it. Chad Dotson says, question, why don't you paint your face again? Did you just give that up? I was only painting my face for Halloween. I do it every Halloween. So like all the videos in the month of October, I wear a costume. Like some people think this is a costume. It's not a costume. I'm literally going to leave when I'm done with the stream and go probably get a In-N-Out burger, you know, or dinner, wherever, wearing exactly this. This is how I look all the time. If you ran into me out in the wild, you would see, like, I literally look exactly the same. I don't dress up to be on stream. Who should be a horror host for Vorpal? I kind of am a horror host. Or are you talking about or talking to someone else? Yes, Prop Dude does do a great job. I still am waiting to see if he. I must have missed it. Did he post a link to his? Prop Dude, did you post a link to your to your Etsy page? I might have missed it. If I missed it, for anybody, like if you see it, it might not let you post it. So don't, like, I think you can't actually put a link to anything in the chat. It's like YouTube's deal. So write the website and then put a space and then dot whatever, you know what I mean? Like it's not an actual hyperlink because it won't let you do that. That's probably why I didn't see it. Leslie says, hey, everyone can wear what they want. Absolutely. The thing is that we can't control everyone's thoughts or feelings, and that's a good thing. The point is to learn not to care what people think. I agree, Leslie, but I don't think because you want to have a negative attitude, not you, but like if someone wants to have a negative attitude towards someone for being a brony or fucking being a furry, whatever, right? And like saying they should have to have thick skin, that's bullshit. How about you stop being a dick? Like some people just need to keep fucking thoughts to themselves. Like if you got hateful, mean, or whatever thoughts about the way someone looks or whatever, give it to yourself. Like that's the whole thing about the comments about me. Like, I don't care if you think I look like a weirdo or whatever. That's fine. But like, dude, that's just mean and rude to like post comments on someone's channel all the time, making fun of how they look or whatever. Like, I don't think I should have to, and I do have thick skin, by the way, but I'm using it as an example because that's just not right. Like people should be allowed to live their lives and look however they look and not be forced to deal with toxic behavior for what they're doing if it's not infringing on anybody else. You know, if they're running around with body parts hanging out, which is actually way more acceptable in society, which makes no sense to me, but like, you know, if somebody's walking around and their ass hanging out and you want to say something about that because it's infringing on you in some way, that's one thing. But like wearing a costume is not infringing on you. Even the people with the thickest of skin that say they don't give a shit what other people think, there is always still a little bit of you that does. It's, you know, and you have to get there too. So like, if you're at a point in your life where things that people think about you or say about you do still bother you, with confidence and with time and all that, you can definitely get thicker skin. I know I have. When I started this channel, a lot of the stuff that was said to me hurt me. And like, I almost stopped doing the channel numerous times because I get some brutal comments, stuff that you guys never see because YouTube flags it. And so, you know, I have always been a fairly confident guy, but it's still like getting smacked in the face every day with stuff. It's like, whoa, you know, but you do get thicker skin. So like, I think anybody and everybody can get more confident and get thicker skin. And part of it is just telling yourself, dude, negativity from people like that, truthfully, they're the ones with the problem. You know, it's that hateful nature. It's that negativeness inside of them that hurts them. They may be trying to throw it out on you, but in reality, they're the ones that got an issue. And so like, there's a lot of that can help you through it, you know? And I'm not saying that people shouldn't have an opinion, like be bothered by whatever the fuck, like everybody does. Just sometimes keep it yourself, man. Like there's no reason to be negative. Like that's the big thing that's kind of changed in our society. It's like you got two sides of things. You got people doing this cancel culture, you know, craziness where trying to cancel everything and not letting anybody have an opinion. But then you also have people on the other side that think that everybody needs to hear their opinion. And it's like, sometimes like, I don't know, man, when I was raised to be like, sometimes you just, if you don't got nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. You remember that? Did any of you get, you know, taught that by your parents? And like, I think there's some of that as well. So it's like both sides. I got a problem with both sides of that coin. Like you can't fucking cancel every single person for saying anything that you might find offensive. Like that can't fly. But at the same time, if you got nothing nice to say and you're just a toxic person, you need to shut the fuck up. So I don't know. I just hate bullies. Bullies is something I've literally used to get in a lot of fist fights, and have been in many verbal and physical fights with bullies over the years. Like that is one thing that drives me crazy. And now I'm old and can't physically do the fight and stuff, but like I could still verbally take a shot, especially at my co-host. If I feel like there's a bullying kind of behavior mentally, the way DJ was saying that, and I just don't think that's okay. And I don't think, like, I know DJ, he's got a great heart. He doesn't mean it that way, but I still got to stand up for people too, if that makes sense. Jennifer Clark says, it's just a Hawaiian shirt. It's cool. Thank you, Jennifer. Jack. I agree, Leslie. People are going to be dicks. It's life. You can only change you. Yes, but you also can't just be like, yeah, it's fine. It's like there are people who are going to go kill people, right? We can't just accept that and be like, yep, people are going to go kill people. Guess there's nothing we can do about it. Like you gotta, just because people are going to be that way. Yes, you can change you. You can get stronger and you can be confident and learn to not let that shit bother you, right? But at the same time, people need to not be that toxic either. Like it's not okay to be a dick. Let's see. Prop Dude says, yeah, I can accept that my office looks like a 5-year-old lives here to some, but to me, it's not hoarding if it's cool stuff. Fuck yeah. And it's your space, man. Ain't hurting nobody else. My room's a mess. Like this room, like if you guys could see beyond here, it's like pile of dirty clothes over there. Or no, pile of dirty clothes over there. Pile of halfway dirty clothes. Like you guys do that where you have a pile that's like lightly worn, so you still want to wear it again. That's over there. My rat's over here. Cage that probably needs to be cleaned. Kinetic Concept says, I think I was misunderstood. I look and act a certain way. It's not normal, whatever that is. I want to be me. So I had to get over myself and other people views on that and be okay with myself. Yeah. Mine is not what's directed at me. Mine is bullying behavior on others, because I feel like if you're strong enough, like I've always felt like I am strong enough to fucking withstand whatever shit you want to throw at me. And so I'm going to stand up and sometimes shield and block those that definitely don't deserve hate thrown their way. But also for me, it's more about ignorance. Like that was my problem with what DJ was saying. I felt like it was based out of just not knowing. And ignorance sounds super negative, so I'm not saying he's ignorant, but I'm saying that opinion about bronies and all that. It's like, dude, it's not all a sexual component. Like a lot of things, there's a lot of layers to it. You gotta, it's important to kind of understand something and not judge it so harshly until you do. CJ says, hi, spooks. Grr. I'm so upset I missed out tonight. I'm working late. So am I. But this is my work. So it's fun. I'm lucky. Leslie says, toxic behavior will never go away. Got to take a new avenue. Yeah, but you still got to fight against it. Like you can't change those people, but you also can't just accept that everybody, all these fucking toxic nonsense, just like if someone is too much of a wimp, you know what I mean? And like gets offended over every damn thing, that's a problem too. So it's like, I'm going to call out when just like myself, like if I'm being too sensitive or whatever about something, I need to look myself in the mirror as well and be like, just like I look at myself constantly about not wanting to be a bully either. Or, it's why I don't do a lot of negative type of reviews on stuff, because that's kind of, in a way, it can be kind of a bullying thing. And I think it hurts creativity in a lot of cases if you're just constantly negative about all art. And my thing is, there's a lot of channels that do plenty of negative reviews and stuff. So there needs to be someone out there that isn't just all negative to try to, like, it's the yin and the yang. Prop Dude says, if anyone wants to print that heck mask themselves, it's the 3D printed props version. I joined his Patreon for commercial license, but you can still pay for the file. Prop Dude, are you not selling them? Sorry, I just know that you do sell some stuff, so I wanted to try to send some business your way if you are. Leslie says, I'm pretty arrogant, Kane, and you know that. Yeah, but there's a certain amount of it that I think you think you're more arrogant than you actually are. You're one of those people that is super strong and a super fighter and very, very gruff on the outside, but there also is, other sides to that, is what I'll say. I agree. The old Nurse Joy says, the older I get, the less craps I give. Yep. And that's why I feel like I can kind of fight against the bullies sometimes, because I'm older. I've been through the shit. I have felt the pain of the bullies over my lifetime. And it's important that, those of us that have learned from all that, fight back. And fighting back does not mean, fighting fire with fire. It doesn't mean, if there's a bully, you bully them back. That's not fighting back. But standing up to them and being like, hey, like, what you're saying is negative. What you're saying is ignorant. What you're saying is based out of your lack of understanding of that subject. That's how change happens, not, punching a bully in the mouth. Sometimes you got to punch a bully in the mouth, but a lot of times you just got to, get some, use your brain. Because I'm not punching bullies in the mouth anymore. I once did, but thank you, Jennifer Clark. She says, I like your look, Kanan. I like my look too. I just literally, that's all. When it comes to my look, it's just about like, this is interesting. I like the way that looks. I'm going to wear it. Like, there isn't a ton of thought. I don't ever think about what other people are going to think of stuff. And a lot of times I'll watch videos back and be like, holy crap. Like, what the hell was I wearing? Why was I wearing that day? Like, I bet people thought I looked like a lunatic, but like, whatever. Like, it felt right that day. That's one of the funny things about making videos, because you look back on something a couple years later and you're like, what the hell was I wearing? I don't even remember having that shirt. Illuminati Stride says, where's the line though? Not saying anything leads to degeneracy, just like turning the other cheek can lead to getting bullied. Getting bullied more. Exactly. And that's why I think there's got to be that common ground. And that's why I'm saying, you don't fight a bully by just always punching them in the face, because then it's just fighting fire with fire. It's like two wrongs don't make a right. Like, I think that's one of the things, like, me and Leslie both will definitely agree on this. We've talked about this before and stuff, but a lot of like the older ways of raising us, the things that we were taught growing up, I don't know. The younger generation doesn't seem to be being taught a lot of these same like lessons that are timeless, like I said, like two wrongs don't make a right. Like, that kind of stuff. We were brought up knowing these things. I don't really feel like a lot of the younger, 30 and younger, like, I feel like they're not being taught a lot of these same things. A lot of them are being raised by the internet, and God only knows what the hell, what it is that they're being raised by. Nurse Joy says, I like a person that can admit they have flaws. We all have flaws. Man, I got so many flaws. But I think one of the things about getting older too is if you just get older without getting better, without trying to be a better human and make yourself better in every way, you know what I mean? Like, then you're just literally decaying and dying. And my whole thought about getting older is like, my physical body is dying. Like, that's how it works, right? It's slowly decaying away. But my mind and my experiences and the things that I have gathered information wise through my life, that's what I always am still left with. And that's the thing that can make for better things. And like, that's the whole point of me doing this channel, really, is that I wanted to in some way give back, in some way, like, contribute something to the world. And so, it's like something as simple as horror movies, but it's still entertainment. It's still art. It's, and it's me taking something that I know and sharing it, like, and I feel like that's the same thing when it comes to grace, and it comes to standing up for those that are weaker, but also calling out those sometimes, like Leslie is saying about, sometimes you also do have to man up and be a little bit more stronger and not cry about every damn thing, and can't try to cancel everything everybody says, So I guess what I'm saying is, you may not be able to grow better with age physically, but you can grow better with age, mentally and in your soul, or whatever you believe in, or whatever you want to call it, like the being that you are, that can always get better. I'm not psychoanalyzing you, Leslie. What are you talking about? Prop Dude says, I'm on Patreon too, Kanan, for many moons now. I was talking about your Etsy store. Like, I'm super confused. I thought you sold, Prop Dude, I thought you sold your stuff on Etsy. Do you sell it on Patreon? Yes, Diddy, you're correct. Words are weapons. And a lot of times, if you know what the fuck you're saying and you're smart enough and pay attention enough and learn enough in life and all that, your weapons, the words that you have, are way more powerful than any fist. Illuminary Stride says, having a different opinion doesn't automatically make you a bully. No. But what DJ was, I didn't take issue with DJ saying that he thinks bronies are weird or furries are weird. It was the way he was attacking them and said there's something wrong with them. It's that. Saying something's weird and you don't get it and it's not for you. It's like me. I don't wear women's panties. I think that's kind of weird. But I'm not judging anyone that does. Like, I don't fucking care. Like, you want to wear women's panties, they ain't fucking hurting me. Like, why would I care? I'm not going to hate on you or say that something's wrong with you for enjoying that. Like, so what? Like I said, I enjoy having tattoos. There is way more people in this world who think it's weird and don't understand someone that has tattoos than there are people that love and enjoy tattoos. It's just the way it is. I get people constantly, commenting and weirded out by my septum. It's like, to most of the people I'm around, and like, I'm sure most of you guys, it's like not a big deal. It's like tons of people have septums. But to a lot of people, it's very weird. And that's fine. But it's when those people cast aspersions and say something's wrong with me. It's like, just because you don't understand something and you don't like something, just because something's not for you, it's the argument I have with DJ all the time about movies, is when he says, like we were just talking about the movie earlier, about the new Megan. I have no interest in it. I am almost positive I will not enjoy that movie. But like I said to him, it is literally not made for me. I am not the target audience. It is not meant for me to enjoy. It's a movie that's simply made for, like, you know, the primary target demographic is 13-year-olds. Like, it's just the way it is, and that's fine. It's just like the Minecraft movie. I ended up being surprised and actually enjoying it, but it's not made for me. You know, it's just like going to see a Disney cartoon movie. It's not made for me. So I may not enjoy it, but it doesn't mean it's a bad movie. And that's what I'm talking about. And it's why, you know, me and DJ argue like every week about this, because he'll say, like, it's one thing if you're talking about things that make a story bad or this and that, like plot points or bad acting or whatever, right? But when you're talking about a movie that is just not your jam, it's not your style of movie, it's not what you're into, right? It's like Terrifier. I love the Terrifier movies. I know most of you guys love the Terrifier movies. DJ hates the Terrifier movies and says they're bad movies. And I push back on that because I'm like, they're not bad. They're actually very good at doing exactly what they're trying to do. It's like, just because you don't enjoy the type of thing that they are and what they're trying to do doesn't mean it's bad. And it doesn't mean they're not good at it. They're good at doing what they're trying to do for the audience they're trying to make that movie for. It's like if I go see a fucking religious Christian movie, like there's lots of them now being produced, right? I see them every time I go to the theater. If I gotta go into one of those and I'm like, this movie's bad because it's religious. It's like about God and all that, Jesus, blah, blah. It's like, what? No, dude, you're just watching a religious movie. That's what it's about. Of course you didn't like it. You know what I mean? You didn't go in there wanting to watch a horror movie and instead you get a movie about Jesus's life. Like, you're just a dumbass. Like, don't go into a religious movie expecting to watch something else. You know, like, I don't know. That's my issue. It's not that, like, I take no issue with people not being like that's not for me. Like, I'm not into being a furry. I have never been interested, even for a second, in dressing up like a furry. I think it's silly. I think it's weird. It's not my thing. But I also don't think there's anything wrong with those people if that's what they enjoy. So I hope that I made that clear. Did he sometimes it's not, though, when people don't listen? Sorry, I was reading what Shelda said, but I don't part of that conversation. I guess I didn't understand it. CJ says, you guys might like this. So I work at a courthouse as a security guard at night, and this place is super haunted. Everyone here has a story. Man, I've been in so many old buildings like that. I used to have band practice in this super old building that used to be a whorehouse. It was a gambling, or it was a speakeasy kind of thing. Like, they made illegal alcohol and whatever there. And then eventually it became like a whorehouse. And then it was like, I forget, like a warehouse or something. Like, they just stored goods there. And then eventually, you know, all these different things over the years that this building had been. And like, everybody experienced so much crazy stuff there. Like, I think most of the time, my opinion anyway, most of it is the situation you're in. I don't know how much of it is always real ghost. It's easy when you're in a building like that, especially by yourself at night or whatever, to, you know, get creeped out and feel different things. And, you know, because the old buildings like that, especially, they're literally alive. Just because you're not seeing the bugs and the rats and what other things are in that building, it's alive. Like, they're literally everywhere in the walls. So you're going to hear weird things, see moving things. Like, that stuff's going to happen. But at the same time, I've also seen things that I can't quite explain. And then I think could be an apparition of some kind of ghost of some kind. So eliminate straight. Kane and I don't wear women's fannies. I just like, I don't understand why. I don't know. I'm going to get off this topic. Yeah, James Hughes, the women's panties thing is always the one I'm going to jump to, because it's like, it's literally no one even sees it. It's your own private personal thing. It doesn't hurt or affect anybody else at all. And yet if people find out, they make a huge fucking deal out of it. And it's, you know, I just think that people need to fucking relax, man. CJ and Leslie need proton packs immediately. Way cooler than 2016 Ghostbusters 2. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the 2016 one, but I did think the last two Ghostbusters were fun. I mean, they're not ever going to be the originals. Like, those movies were amazing, but I still had fun with them. What? Hold on. Where did that go? I missed it. Who said the Megan trailer was macabre? Megan 2 trailer was quite cool and macabre. Where did that comment? I saw it and then I missed. Who said that? Because, like, I don't know what trailer you watched. I didn't see anything at all macabre in the Megan 2 trailer. Here it is. Eric Joe Noyes says Megan 2 trailer was quite cool and macabre as well. I mean, if you think it's cool, that's fine. I don't know where you're getting macabre though. Like, I didn't see anything in that trailer that was even remotely horror. But like, that's cool. But I totally get you thinking it's cool. A lot of people are looking forward to Megan 2. Kanan would need big old lady panties to fit him. Hell yeah. I'd be a big girl. Like, I would definitely have to go to like a special store, I think, to get women's panties in my size. But I know they make them, because I know I see guys on documentaries and this and that are like bigger than me that wear, like, you know, do cross dressing or whatever. Yeah, political horror it's one of my issues with the Purge movies. Like, at first I really liked them, but then as they went, they just got more and more and more and more political. Like that last one especially, I just felt like I was being preached at for 2 hours. And even though it's funny, because a lot of the politics that it's like talking about, I somewhat agree with, like some of it anyway. You know, like but still, it's just like, it just gets to be like you're watching a preachy fucking thing. I'm like, man, it's not a horror movie anymore. Diddy says Kanan would need. Oh, I already read that one. I wouldn't have found it if it wasn't for you, Shell Dust. It's not. Okay. Leslie says nobody knows you have an anal plug unless it's got a light on the end either. I know. And sometimes the fault is in the person for blasting out their private shit in the world too. Like, that's something else that drives me crazy. Like, if you're going to get all butthurt because you're getting a lot of hate comments towards you and you're blasting out that you got a glowing butt plug, right? If you're on Twitter and you're, you know, posting that you're wearing a butt plug, dude, then you need to expect to get what you're going to get. Like, it's definitely on you some too. It's like, I very much agree with that. Like, you know, people need to like learn to keep some shit to themselves. Like with anything, right? There's always two sides to it. It's like, you need to learn to keep some shit to yourself. And also, people need to not be as toxic and as hateful. So, like, both things can be true. But a butt plug is something I definitely don't understand. Yeah, never been interested in that. Big thanks to Leslie for my membership. Yeah, Leslie's a sweetheart. Did she just gift memberships? I didn't even see that. If so, thank you, Leslie. I didn't even notice that. Question. Leslie, question. Would you consider Civil War to be a political horror? No. And it did what I wish that we would see more of, because it wasn't political, because even though it was political, it was fictitious political. And like, I wish we would see that more. And so instead of it being about like, anti MAGA or, anti Biden's, or Hillary Clinton or whatever, you know what I mean? It is in a fictitious world that is showing, because thing about Civil War that was awesome, it's showing like what could happen if we as people don't get a grip. You're like, this world that could happen. But what so many people missed about that movie that I think is so funny is that it has nothing to do with the politics, really. Like, the whole point of the movie and what is interesting about the movie is the photographers and what happens to them. The hardened nature, it's kind of like a cautionary tale of that if you go too far, you can become too obsessed with the thing and lose yourself entirely. But there's like there's so many layers to that movie. I think it's a great movie, but it does exactly what I think I wish we would see more of. It's like, you don't have to like have a political message. Like, that's the thing with The Purge, right? They originally were a fictitious government and all of that. But then as they went on, they got more and more, like the most recent one. It's like very obvious what they're talking about. Like all of the stuff to do with illegal immigrants and like having to flee across into Mexico and, like showing Americans basically now becoming the immigrant and like fleeing into Mexico. It's like, you would have to be a dumb motherfucker to not see what they're saying. And it's like, that just to me is like, the nuance is gone, I guess is what I'm saying. Like, you can have a somewhat political horror movie that can be told with nuance and creativity. And like, I don't know. I don't even have to agree with the message. Like, I don't agree with the message of a lot of movies, right? But like, that doesn't matter. It still can be a compelling, interesting movie. Question from Heather. Can you do political horror without being preached at? Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Like, that's what has to do with nuance, and it has to do with being like, it's how you're telling the story. It's like, as the viewer, you should be viewing this. Like, okay, so a good example is the new A24 movie called Warfare that's out right now. And it is just simply showing you what happened. It's not telling you what to think. It's not holding your hand. It's not preaching at you or telling you this is what you're supposed to come away with this movie. Instead, what Civil War did as well, it just shows you this shit. And it's kind of up to you to come away with what, like, Warfare was amazing because you come away feeling just like it's an experience. It's like a lot, right? But you feel for the soldiers as well as the people there. And you realize there is no winner in war. And that's the whole thing about Warfare. But the cool thing is, this is a true story. It's literally just showing you, it's like a window into this historical moment, like this 24-hour historical moment kind of thing that happened in this tiny little village in Iraq, I think it is, or Afghanistan, I forget. But it's like so much more powerful because of that, because it's not making you pick a side. It's not making you be like, yeah, America, like, because you could have told that same story as Warfare and come away being like pro-America and our soldiers and like, fuck those, I think it's Afghanistan. And you could be like, fuck those guys, pieces of shit, blah, blah, blah. But instead you come away being like, dude, both sides, it's fucked. Like, there is no winner here. It's sad and it's tragic. And like, it's not even about the politics. I think that's how you can tell, or that's how you tell a compelling story to do with politics. I think what I mean when I say preachy is it's about agendas, right? If a movie feels like it has an agenda, it was my problem with the movie. Damn it. I'll stop thinking about it and I'll remember it. But it was a movie that I felt was preachy instead of just being a movie. What? I don't know if they can. They use 10's unit power. Oh. Man, my eyes just got super blurry and I'm really struggling to read now. Exactly. Perfect example. Eric Joe Noyes says, take, for example, Romero's Day of the Dead. Yep. All of Romero's movies are a perfect example of telling a story, showing things in it, but not holding your hand and not forcing you to like agree with them or, you know, whatever. It's like they're just presenting this situation. Yeah, James. James says he saw Warfare and the leg effects were cool. Dude, it's like I said, it's not even a movie. It's like an experience. Like it's definitely not a horror movie. It's A24. And so some people are thinking, oh, it must be a horror, horror related. It's not. It's not horror. But it is horrifying. It's way more horror in a real sense than most horror movies. Illuminati Stride says, as a guy, I can safely say I don't get creeped out by gay people. I get creeped out by sexual flamboyancy. I think most dudes I know feel about the same. Yeah, but it's all the flamboyancy thing is a cultural thing. It's kind of like, like the hip hop community, like, a lot of athletes, I want to say black, but it's not. It's really, I mean, like hip hop community in general. You could be Latino, white, Asian, whatever. They have a certain way of talking, and there's like this gangster kind of, attitude about it and all that, and it can make you uncomfortable as well. It's just part of the community. I get the weirded out by flamboyance, but I can also tell you this: when you're around enough flamboyant gay people, you start to like once you start to see the humanity in them, and I don't know, it becomes less bothering and more endearing in a lot of ways, because it's just their culture, man. Those that don't know how to win at war don't know how to play the game. Rothschild after Waterloo. Yeah, that's the sad thing, is that throughout all of history, the people behind the scenes that are running the war, that are, the puppeteer or whatever, they see it as a fucking game, and they're playing a game with actual people's lives. And, I'm not even going to sit here and say I don't think war is necessary or whatever. Like sometimes you got to go to war. Like in World War II, America had to go to war. Like, there's a lot of countries that had no other choice. They were attacked. They had to fight back. And like, but it doesn't make me at any point not hate war. Like I hate war. Leslie says, lady in the streets, freak in the sheets is my motto. There's kids and old folks and nuns around. I used to work in a gay nightclub. Nicest people you'll ever meet. Just a little bit bitchy. Yep. Diddy, 100%. And I was I'm not going to lie, man. I was super uncomfortable around gay guys, like because of the flamboyant nature at one time, when I was in my like late 20s, early 30s. But then I started doing art, and I was in Midtown, where I live is like the hub of the gay community. And I was working in a studio that was ran by this gay couple. And they were the sweetest guys, man. Like I ended up learning so much, and I am a better person because of it. Because I don't have to agree with it, understand it, but like you can still be understanding and embrace that everybody's different, man. Like everybody's just unique in their own way. And like, there's a beauty to uniqueness. I'm like, I wish that we, instead of being so, I don't know, bothered by people that are different than us, we could just be excited by that. It's like, I was thinking about this yesterday when it comes to movies. And I was thinking about how many movies there have been that I saw and didn't really like it, or music. Actually, a perfect example is the new Sleep Token song, the newest one called Caramel. When it came out and I put it on, first time listening to it, I was like, I don't know if I like this. And now here I sit after listening to it like probably 100 times, not gonna lie, in the last like 2 weeks, and I loved that fucking song. I've listened to it so much that I know all the words to it. Like, it's ridiculous. And I think that it's kind of like a good analogy in a lot of ways for like what the world is like in general. And art is, I've always found that art is like such a great symbol or tool or whatever, an example to see. It's like a microcosm of the world itself. It's like there are so many different flavors and types of art. And there was a time when I didn't enjoy Rothko. I didn't like it. There was a time when I didn't like Duchamp and didn't understand it. And the reality is I am happy where I'm at now because I love all that art. And it's like, I am better now because I understand it and appreciate it and love it than I was then. It's like you are a better person when you're full of understanding and love and can embrace a much bigger thing than when you are so turned off by everything and you have this super narrow focus and like, these are the only things I like. Like when we were all growing up, like I know a lot of you will be able to relate to this. There was a time when it was like, this is the rocker clique in high school. This is the, hip hoppers. These are the skaters. We don't hang out with each other. Like, the rockers hated the rappers hated the rockers, like whatever. And now here we are as adults. And I know most of you will probably feel the same as I do. Like if you're, around my age, we listen to all kinds of shit, man. I listen to hip hop. I listen to, I'll go from listening to The Weeknd to then listening to, Lord, to then listening to Sleep Token, then listening to the new newest In Flames, then listening to Avenged Sevenfold, like all over the place. It's just, and I'm better for it. I was missing out then. Yep, Dottieism, Eric Joe. Yep, Dottieism. I am better off now that I enjoy all these different kinds of music than I was when I was a teenager and I identified as a rocker. And so because of that, I didn't listen to anything else. Right. And that's kind of how I look at it with everything, Vorpal says LBG or LBTGQ. God, my eyes are fucked up. Community already has equal rights. What they want is additional rights. I'm not going to get into that, but it's not as simple as that, man. And like anything, right? There's always two sides to the coin. And just because I might defend a lot of LGBTQ people doesn't mean I think all of them are saints and that they're not some wrong things with that, all that too. It's just like the whole Black Lives Matter movement, right? There was a lot of good in it and a lot of amazing people that I consider dear, dear, dear friends that were involved in a lot of that. But then there were also a lot of negativity and toxic stuff and people that were very full of hate and, wanted to hurt people and destroy things. And, there was all of that too. It's like you can never just clump everybody and everything together in one little bow. It doesn't work that way. C just says, my music collection is wild. ABBA to Anthrax. Yeah, I'm with you. Like, there isn't any kind of music I don't like or listen to. I kind of go through phases. Like, I'll go through country where for a while, like, I listen to almost exclusively country music, and then I won't want to listen to country at all. And then I'll listen to nothing but hip hop for a while. But then there's where I'm at now, where every day I'll listen to like multiple different types of genres throughout the day, depending on what time of day. It's like I'm very eclectic and all over the place with my musical taste. Same with movies. Eric Joe Noise says it's totally awkward to the Dadaist that it became quite a trend. Yeah. Yep. Because Dadaism, well, that's the thing about Dadaism. It's the same as the banana taped to the wall that so many people missed, right? Is the artist was mocking and making fun of the sterile nature of art, and that there's people that will literally spend $5 million for a banana taped to the wall. He is mocking it, but at the same time praising it. It's this dichotomy that the best modern art throughout all of history has had. And so much of that started with Dadaism and Duchamp, putting the urinal in the art gallery. He is not only mocking this sterile art world, but also adding color and nature and beauty and all of that to it in a strange way by breaking all those rules. It's like if you don't have someone taping a banana to the wall, you're not breaking any rules. And if you're not breaking any rules, you're not ever being bold and brave and willing to try and do anything. And that's what the most amazing thing about modern art is. It's horror movies are this way too. There are no rules. There is nothing you cannot break or try. Like, the only bad movie to me is the ones that are all about money and are not trying anything. And it's why I get so pissed off at Blumhouse movies. I may not love a movie like Skinamarink. I may not love a movie like The Outwaters. There's things about those that were tedious and kind of boring and whatever. But I still think they're good movies in a way because they're breaking ground. They're trying something new. They're not boring because they're being bold and trying something. Like, a bad movie is the one that isn't trying anything and playing everything safe and just trying to make some fucking money, like the new Snow White bullshit that everybody, shit all over, because it wasn't even the worst movie in the world, but it was so safe, and it was everything about it was trying to dot all the I's and cross all the T's, and this little checklist of things, and not try to offend anybody, and blah blah. No creativity, just trying to make money, cash grab, horse shit. Vorpal, I don't want to get into all of that because that gets into the political stuff, and political stuff is it's just like if you get deep into religious debates, like, it ends up being super divisive. And this is still on the Ghost Pirate channel. So as much as I'll talk about social issues and stuff on the podcast, I still try to stay away from politics and religion because it's too divisive, Honestly, I can see Kanan jamming to Sabrina Carpenter. Hell yeah. I can't listen to, I've tried, and like Sabrina Carpenter's album starts to lose me after a little bit, but she's one of those artists that I could definitely get down with a couple songs. Like, she had like one or two songs last year that I really, really liked. Not the most popular ones, but I can't really listen to like a full album of Sabrina Carpenter. Whereas like I can listen to a full album of, who was I just listening to? Lord. Like, I listened, to her whole album. Like, I can listen to the new Weeknd album is fucking great. I can listen to that whole album. So like, I definitely like pop music. Just some, I don't know. It's like anything, right? Just because it's pop, if it's not creative, there's no artistry in it or whatever, then it's boring. But if it's creative and daring and all that, like, you know. Yeah, Shell Dust, right there with you. Very eclectic. Leslie and CJ are making plans. Go to the beach. CJ, you spelled my name. I think that you were referring to me. You spelled it weird, but I think that's you're talking about me. A Ghost Pirate, Spotify. I don't know what music I would put on a Ghost Pirate Spotify playlist though. And I also don't know how to do all those. Like I try to figure out, like, Spotify is confusing to me. Can I be the token guy for this road trip? You need one, or you're being sexist? My German is pretty spotty. Okay, I am missing some stuff. Let's see. Duchamp asked the question, and the rest is history. Yep. I think that is what breaking rules is asking the question, asking the right questions, you know, like that's like sometimes you have to ask the questions that people don't want the answers to, or don't want you to ask. Kanan, try listening to The Warning live. Is the band The Warning? I don't know if I've heard of them. Or are you talking about an album? I'm not sure. I am horrible with names, like with album names, especially. Dude's just tired of feminism and people in suits running stuff from our childhood. Ziegler couldn't be more unlikable. I feel like it sucks though. Like I 100% get what you're saying, Illuminati Stride, and like a lot of what you're saying is true. But I hate that Rachel Ziegler has gotten so much hate on her for that movie because she's young and stupid and has said some really dumb shit. I'm not going to, try to say she didn't. But so much of the hate she's gotten for that movie is based on really the hate should be directed at Disney. Like she's just doing a job. Like she did a pretty decent job in the Disney movie. Like she was honestly the best part of the Disney movie. And it's really not a good movie. It's not a good, Snow White, but like she was the only part of it that actually felt like she was trying and did a decent job. So, did she ask for some of the shit by saying dumb things in the media and all that? Yeah. She's a kid. Like she's young and saying some stupid shit. But at the same time, I feel like she's getting way more hate than she deserves. Let's see. Yes, The Warning is a band. 3 women from Mexico, and they rock. Nice. Okay, cool. I was just listening to a fucking awesome metal band from India the other day. I'm trying to remember. You guys have probably remembered their name. They're like blowing up right now, but their whole album is so sick. But like I'm blanking on the name of it. I definitely have it in my liked though. But what the hell's the name of the band? If anybody knows which band I'm talking about, it's a metal band from India, and they're fucking dope. But they just released a new album. Yeah, but I miss Tamisa's Star asked, do you like movie soundtracks? Yes, but I miss the old movie soundtracks. Like back in the day when it was like, it was more than a score. There was all these different songs and all that. And so much of a lot of movies now, it's more of a score. There isn't really a soundtrack. There's not like different bands performing on it and stuff. And like, I miss back in the day where we would have like 9 Inch Nails, Marilyn Manson, like, David Lynch movies, but there was one soundtrack that I was really digging, and that's the movie. What's the name of the movie? The new sci-fi movie. Flying Lotus did it, and he did the whole soundtrack, and I was really enjoying the soundtrack to it. But I forget, I'm spacing on the name now. C just says all these stupid AI fake movie trailers are really pissing me off. Dude, get off Facebook, CJ. Like, that is all fucking Facebook is now, is AI nonsense. And it drives me crazy how many people that are like a little bit older than me that fall for all the shit. The pictures, because there's not just trailers. Tons and tons of the pictures you see are AI on there. And it's just, I cannot stand Facebook anymore because of the AI nonsense. Like, they're not doing anything to police it. It's just, ugh. Vorpal says, pay me a few $1 million and I'll suck up all the hate that gets dished out and I'll smile all the way to the bank. Yeah, but she's a kid, dude. It's kind of like Kristen Stewart with all the hate she got for the Twilight movies, you know, and the same with the guy, what's his name, plays Batman now. Anyway, you know, it's like all the shit they got. It's not fucking fair. Like, these are young ass people. Like, and I'm not saying we give all young people a pass, but at the same time, like I know Leslie's always talking about this. Like, dude, people need to fucking quit trying to cancel everybody. You know, like, it goes both ways. It's like, you can hate Disney all you want, and you can hate her performance in that movie, and you can hate the stuff she said. But, like, dude, like, the hate she's getting, it's just fucked up. Like, no one deserves that. You know, especially when you're in your fucking early 20s. Like, think about what we were like when we were in our early 20s. Imagine if all of the shit I said or did in my early 20s was all broadcast around the world, man. I would still be fucking locked up in a hole somewhere, you know, not be able to come outside. Well, it's not true. I wasn't that bad. But you get what I'm saying. Like, you know, we're in our early 20s. We say a lot of stupid nonsense. Leslie says India makes great music, both metal and rap. Yep. What's that new hip hop artist from India? I forget his name. Yeah, Bloodywood. Yep, Bloodywood, sick as fuck. Diddy, thank you. There's an Indian rapper that had a huge song last year. It's like one of the biggest hip hop songs. I'm not remembering his name right now either, but he was super dope. But yeah, I'm not saying we give all young people a pass and not hold them accountable for stupid shit they say or whatever. She's still an adult. I'm just saying some of the levels of hate that we heap on these celebrities, it's just like all the love that we as a society heap on them too. They don't deserve either. You know, like, they don't deserve, like, fucking whoever the young celebrity you want to name here, you know, any one of them. They don't, like Taylor Swift. She does not deserve to be worshipped like a fucking god. She doesn't. She's a human. She sits and pisses just like all of us. And at the same time, Rachel Ziegler is not the fucking devil and doesn't deserve to be, you know, treated the way she is. Like, it's, people have got it twisted. The balance is what I'm always preaching about with everything, man. It's fucking balance. Like, the middle. Yeah, the 28 guy's Batman. I'm spacing on his name, though. Jennifer Clark says, question, Kanan, excited for the Return of the Living Dead sequel? Cautiously optimistic. Because it was announced, we got that tiny little trailer for it, and that's it. And there isn't much about who's involved or, you know, and I've heard good and bad rumors, and so hopefully it has a decent enough budget and all of that, and it's worth seeing and it's good, because then I would be through the moon excited. But until I know more and see more and all that about it, it's hard to be super amped. Dude, Kristen Stewart is an amazing actor. She's not a good actor. She's amazing. Both of them. Why am I still forgetting his name? Fuck. Help me out. The guy from Twilight. He's Batman now. Why am I not remembering his fucking name? He is literally one of my favorite actors. Yes, he was in Mickey 13. Now there'll be like 50 of you that'll say it all at once. Why am I not remembering? But like, that's what's funny. And like Rachel Ziegler, Robert Pattinson, thank you. Oh, that felt good. Thank you. All of you. Like the bunch you said at this exam. Nurse Joy, thank you. Drowned Devil, thank you. James Hughes, thank you. But anyway, like, watch Rachel Ziegler in 10 years, 15 years from now. Watch, she'll be an incredible actress and loved and blah, blah, blah. It's one of those things where we just put too much praise and hate at the same time on these people. They're just people. You know, and it's why I personally like feel weird going in like paying and waiting in line for an autograph and to meet someone, because in some strange way in my brain, it is deifying them. You know, and like I get why people do it, and I don't want anybody to feel bad for doing it, but like in my brain, it is somehow acting like they are more than just a human, you know? Holy crap. Thank you, Shell Dust. 5 gifted memberships. Thank you so much. Yeah, the Terminator 2 soundtrack was dope, Tamisa. That's what I'm talking about. Like back in that era, like we had hella cool fucking soundtracks. And I missed that. Leslie says Rachel Ziegler as a child, she was led to say a lot of things she said. Grown folks should know better. Yep. Thank you, Leslie. That is exactly what I'm talking about. She is super young and had a bunch of suits behind her, you know, leading her along to say these things. And like, yeah, she got paid I don't know if I think she got millions. I don't think she got millions at all. Actors do not make as much money as people think they do. But even if she did get millions, who wouldn't? Like, who would not act in a fucking Marvel movie or Disney movie or whatever for a fat payday? Like, dude, that's like life-changing opportunity, you know, like you can get like write your own check from there if you're in a Disney Marvel movie or whatever that gets all huge. And it's like, yeah, like I said, I'm not saying that she you know, shouldn't be held accountable or whatever, but like, dude, the amounts of hate that people throw at people on social media now is insane. Like the whole Katy Perry shit of her going to space and back. I'm like saying it's for women, whatever. Like it's dumb. Like it's dumb. It's very cringy. But whatever. People are losing their goddamn minds over it on both sides. Like people praising her like she is the women savior of the world, women rights savior of the world. And then on the other end, like treating her like she's a fucking demon. And like, it's like, Jesus Christ, like fucking relax, man. Like, is she cringy? Yes. Is the thing she did kind of silly and dumb? Yes. But what do you fucking do? What's up, Katrina? Welcome to your first live. Thank you for hanging out. Yeah, I don't think Kristen Stewart's mid by any means. Like Heather, like, you know, teaches their own, but like the movie she was in last year, I'm blanking on the A24 movie, like she is fucking insanely good in that movie. The thing is, a lot of people have only seen Kristen Stewart's like bigger movies or whatever, where she doesn't really get to show her range. But I'm not saying either that Kristen Stewart's like an Academy Award, you know, level actor either. I'm not saying that. She's not fucking Demi Moore in The Substance. I'm not saying that. But I wouldn't be surprised if someday she is, though, when she's, you know, in her late 40s, 50s, whatever. But like, that's the thing. It's just like an athlete or an artist or whatever. It's like you get wiser and also better at your craft and stuff as you get older. So like a lot of these actors, we hate on them so much when they're in their 20s or whatever. And it's like, dude, they're just a fucking kid. They don't know what the fuck they're doing yet. Yeah, Katrina, that's my point. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand why people give a shit so much either way. Like, that's kind of more the thing. Like, do you not have either things you'd rather be doing with your time and thinking about, reading about? Do you not have that? And or do you not have other things to worry about? Like, Jesus Christ. Like, I was just talking to Leslie earlier, and like, I know she's just like me, where like, all we do is fucking work. We're busy as fuck, dude. Like, how do you have the time to just sit there and like, if you are grazing by and you notice the thing with Katy Perry, whatever, but like, I'm talking about the people that are fucking keyboard warriors writing a fucking paragraph of hate or whatever. It's like, come on, like, it's insanity. Yeah, Nurse Joy, I am just a touch older than you. I'm at the very oldest end of millennial that I can be. That's kind of, yeah, Love Lies Bleeding. Thank you, Sheldust. Thank you. Yeah, her performance in Love Lies Bleeding. Like, if you don't think Kristen Stewart can act, watch that movie. Like, not even saying you're going to like the movie or not. Like, it's not everybody's cup of tea, but her acting, like if you're a fan of acting, holy fuck. Her, and I forget her partner's name in it, but both of them are just insane. And then, what the fuck's his name? Super classic. He plays the villain in it. He's amazing too. It's a fucking great movie. I love it. And it gets super weird and trippy and kind of horror, like towards the end. Most of it's more of a thriller, but like towards the end, it gets more weird, artsy horror. Live and Let Live. Thank you so much. I mean, the Beatles said this back in 60 something? We have enough. Yeah. Mike is dead on. Live and Let Live. We have enough problems for us to deal with a daily basis, or on a daily basis, than to worry about what some celebrity says or does on a particular day. Life is too short. Exactly. And then on top of all of that, you may not agree with what Katy Perry says, but like, she legitimately was trying to do something good. Okay. Like, it's dumb. And like I said, it's cringy, and I don't necessarily agree with all of her thoughts behind it or whatever, but she's trying to do something good. Like, she went to space. The truth is, she went to space because she was given the opportunity to do that. They're letting tons and tons of different celebrities experience that, right? And she could have just done that, came back and been like, woo, but she didn't. She tried to have a message and meaning behind it and use that platform to say something. And like, I'm all for that. I don't have to agree with you to still think that I wish more people would at least try. Like, there's so many. Look at all these fucking social media influencers and all this shit that have these huge platforms and they don't even try to do anything good with their platform. It's like athletes, right? A lot of them are shitty, but at least a lot of them try to have some type of charity or some type of thing. They try to do something good with their platform and money. But like these influencers on YouTube and whatever, dude, like it's not my channel. I don't talk about that kind of stuff, but like, holy crap. Like, there is these streamers and stuff, like they got more money than they know what to do with, are going to other countries, committing crimes. Like, we just had 2 different streamers, big ass streamers, get arrested and are both facing prison time, separate incidents. Like, just pieces of shit. So at least with Katy Perry, she was trying to do something. How the hell did Katy Perry kill your cat? Vorpal? Joe Noyes said, Duchamp once said, not everyone is an artist, but everyone is a critic. I disagree with that. I do think everyone is an artist. I think that a lot of people are either too afraid to create. They are, for different reasons, it's mostly about fear on some level that stops them from pursuing that. You know, a lot of times we're in this rat race, and, you know, as you're growing up, like you're just trying to survive. Like you don't have time to do frivolous things. And a lot of times our parents trying to protect us will teach us that these are frivolous things. And, you know, but like there are so many different things that are art that people don't really think about as art. So like I have a friend who builds houses, and he is totally an artist. Like not only did he play guitar, but like the way his mind works, the houses that he builds, he is a fucking artist. You know, and then I know these guys that work on cars and the creativity and all that they use. They're artists. Like the way they envision the cars looking and all the things behind it. They're an artist. Chefs are artists. You know, teachers are artists with minds. Like they build minds. Like, I don't know. Scientists, like theoretical physicists, are some of the most creative thinkers on the planet. They're totally artists. You don't have to just make music or work in clay or paint or whatever to be an artist. You just have to be creative, create things. And I think that's in all of humans. Even giving birth to a child and raising a child is a form of art. You're molding, you're creating, you're envisioning what do you want this being that you give life to and you're nurturing to be, you know? And that's art. Like literally all the pieces of art I've ever created are a version of me birthing a child into the world. Yep, Nurse Joy, because that's the thing. She said, I tried to make the world a little bit better every day. And that's the thing, right? You can only work with what you have. And some of us don't have a huge platform like Katy Perry to say some nonsense or whatever and be all cringy. Maybe you just have a little YouTube channel and a few thousand people that listen to the things that you say, you know, or maybe you work at, you know, a movie theater and you manage a bunch of teenage kids, you know, and you try to teach them what you know and try to instill in them some work ethic and values and this and that. And like trying to help make the world a little bit better with whatever way you can. Like if everybody were to do that, everybody, this world would be perfect, you know? And so of course that's never going to happen. Perfection doesn't exist, but like the more of us that do, the better our world will be. You know, maybe you doing a good thing here isn't going to affect someone in China, right? It may, but you never know, right? Because there is the butterfly effect. But at the very least, you're helping to make your little circle better. And that will reverberate into, you know, and then that person, and then little by little, your community, your little circle that you live in, at the very least, you have an impact on that. And that's why I was talking about politics of people. I'm not getting into like what you should or shouldn't believe. But my big thing with politics is instead of worrying so much about a global level, like who's president and all this stuff, and I'm not saying you shouldn't, like whatever, but I think it's more important that you worry about your teachers, your sheriff, you know, the people in your little town, in your community, because that's where you live, man. That's the one you could have an impact on. I don't know. I don't know why I'm feeling so preachy today. I apologize, guys. I guess I'm just in a mood. I'm not trying to be preachy either. It's just the way my brain works. Citizen Sleeve says, idiot influencers going over to Japan and disrespecting their culture to disgrace. Yep. See, you know which one I'm talking about, right? I forget which streamer he was, but yeah, he's motherfucker got arrested and he's facing up to 30 years in prison. And then there's another one now he's not in Japan. I forget what country he's in, but he got arrested and is facing up to 10 years. Like, it's just a disgrace, man. And like these guys, like I said, they're like in their early 20s and have more money than they know what to do with, like the Paul brothers. Like, the platform these guys have, and they choose to just be obnoxious. Like, God almighty. They have so much money, such a huge platform, and they just totally waste it. I don't know. It was Katy Perry. It was like to do with women empowerment of some kind, or like, you know, some bullshit. Like I said, it was cringy, and it's like whatever. But like, it really didn't hurt anybody. It's not a big fucking deal. It was more of people freaking out, like, what the hell is Katy Perry going to space? What is, you know, she deserved to go to space? Like, blah, blah. Like, they're sending up everybody. They literally sent one of the guys from Dude Perfect. Like, they're sending up tons of people, and they're not really going to space. That's the other funny part. It's literally a little ship that shoots up right barely into space and then falls back down. It's not actually like going and orbiting or anything like that. They literally shoot up until they're just barely into what is technically considered space, and then they come back down. But it's like literally everybody. They're taking up like celebrities all the time. Like, this is, I forget who, I think it's Bezos's thing, because he wants to make it like the plan is in a few years it'll be like a tourist thing, where for $100,000 or $50,000 or whatever, you'll be able to go and do space and shit. Nurse Joy says, I'm a nurse in real life and work with the elderly and dementia patients. They still need love, and so many of them have to no visitors. It's so sad. Thank you for what you do. That's like the movie, The Rule of Jenny Penn, man. Like, the movie's heavy. Sheldon's going to space is good, but we are making space or something like that. What? But we are making space or something. Sorry, Sheldon, said I'm not following what you're saying there. Illuminati Stride says, Kanan, you are a light in a dark, in the dark horrors of the internet, my brother. I'm out. See you next time. Later, man. It's why my thing has been from the beginning, horror can be fun. Like, that was the whole meaning behind that. It's like, it is entertainment, by the way, you know, because like so many toxic people in the space is talking about horror movies and just everything in the world, right? There's someone negative about talking about everything. And it was like, my idea behind it was, it's just entertainment. It's just fun. So I'm going to make a channel that's about the fun of it, and not be so critical and not focus so much on the negative parts of it, and just try to it's something that's so simple as just try to help people find something to watch. Like, it's not super complicated. Vorpal says, Dear God, thank you for another day in creation. Thank you for the opportunity to be a better man today than I was yesterday. God bless these groovy, ghouly chatters. Amen. I think that is very sweet, Vorpal. I don't know if you can watch it, James. I don't know if it was like I think it was it's literally just like a YouTube video. It's not like a big, like I said, they're literally sending them up all the time. Katy Perry, I'm not even sure why that made news, because like there's tons of celebrities that have done this. Like I said, literally the dude from Dude Perfect did it like 6 months ago. And he was with a group of, it's like 5 or 6 people at a time. They go up, and it's like not a big deal. There's tons and tons of videos of different celebrities doing it. But I'm not exactly sure why the Katy Perry one blew up and made into this big deal. Prop dude had to leave to sell some crap. What did I miss? CJ and Leslie going Thelma and Louise across the country. I love that idea. Need to get a convertible. Showed us. So why can actually see the earth is round? Yeah, exactly. I mean, you barely can, like they're going up high enough where you do see it's like the blue, what is it called? The blue veil or the blue line or whatever. Like they're going up just above that to where it's technically space, and they're weightless for like 30 seconds or something, and then it comes back down. It's a cool ass thing. I mean, I would love to, I'd give my left nut to like do it. I'm not saying it's not cool, but I'm saying it's not equivalent to an astronaut going up to the fucking space station. It's like people are acting like, oh, Katy, why are they letting Katy Perry go? What does she do to, you know, go to space? She's not Sally Ride. You know what I mean? Like, that's not what's going on here. Yeah, Timus, I agree. Let's see. Nurse Joy. Oh, wow. I never heard of that movie. It's so good. I've been praising it. It is my movie of the year right now. The best movie so far. I have high hopes, though, for this week. There's 2 bangers, Sinners and Ugly Stepsister. They're both supposed to be special. So. Let's see. Mike Sensei says, I think I mentioned it before that my Japanese wife loves you so much that she refuses to see any movie unless you give it a green light. Her friend in Nagasaki is also watching you now. Tell her to find me a really attractive young, well, not that young, but a Japanese wife. Just kidding. I'm not looking to get married. Totally joking. Yeah, I think it was a female group. Down Devil, I agree. It was an all female group that went to space. But like I said, like they're literally, it's like every couple weeks they're like, if you look into it, it's not a big deal thing. Like they're doing this all the time for publicity, and it's also testing it out because, like I said, they plan in the near future to make it a tourist thing where you can, I think you might even be able to pay to do it now. But like it's super safe, like nobody's been hurt, but it's a real simple thing. Like they call it, I forget what they call it. Like it's not the same as a rocket taking off going to space deal. It is, but it isn't. It's not the same level. Like they literally just sit in this little circle room and they go up, and then for like 30 seconds they can unbuckle and float around, and then they buckle back up and they drop back down. It's like, it's cool, but it's not like really going to space. Already done that. Her friend adores you. I want to go to Japan someday, man. Like I'm really bad. Like the food, the culture, everything in Japan just looks amazing. Like I really want to experience it. Let's see. Citizen Sleeve. After teaching for almost 20 years, it's definitely a creative profession. I've worked with some wonderfully skilled people and 16 plus teenagers, especially in my field of film, TV, and games. Yeah, I taught art for a while. Not like a real teacher, but like I did teach kids art a couple hours in the afternoon each day. And the most creative part of the job wasn't the art part. It was the teaching and molding these little minds, you know, like it's really a special thing. And then it's one of the things I experienced that I really learned, that art is not just painting, sculpting, music. Like art is anything that you put your creative energies into. And, you know, but my voice is getting tired. I really need to eat. So I am going to wrap this up. All right. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great evening. Seriously, thank you for hanging out with me, DJ. This has been the Death Rattle Podcast with an extended Kanan chillin', talking too much about everything, but I really appreciate everybody. If you're listening to this in the recap or replay or whatnot, thank you for listening to the very end. And for everybody out there, follow me on Twitter. It's just Ghost Pirate ENT on Twitter. Because I'm trying to get more and more involved with that. And like every time I walk out of a movie, even if it's not a horror movie, I'm still writing my first reaction, like paragraph, sentence, whatever. And it's a way that I can still talk about and cover movies that are not horror. And eventually I'll, have a second channel that is reviews of all movies, not just horror, but that's going to have to be down the road a ways when I'm able to afford some help or whatnot. So, but yeah. And I'm also TikTok. I've started posting a bunch on TikTok, Ghost Pirate over there as well. And self-promotion shit. But I just want more of a community so I can hang out with you guys and talk more when it's not just a live chat. So, but man, almost 3 hours. Yeah, almost 3 hours. Good night, everybody.